I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, doing no cap. Only got one, so you better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, yeah. Baby, I'm bad.
I just wanna stay bad, stay mad. Chip on my shoulder cause they treat me like an outcast. I ain't gonna take that, stay back. I'll be swinging hard till the hits come in all caps. I ain't gonna lay back, pray that someone's gonna help me. Ain't nobody like that. I ain't gonna wait, that's all fact. Give me one shot and I'll never get the throne back. I'm sick of being cautious, I'ma go cause some pain, can't stop this. I'ma steal everybody's lane, call it shoplift. Sick of hearing everyone complain when they thoughtless. Taste the pain, it's like candy canes. It makes me go change into a better frame, into a better name. Society's insane, we all live for fame, yeah. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, do it no cap. Only got one, so you better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad. I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up.
What's up, everybody? How are you doing? Are we doing good? Are we ready for a night of Ethel? Oh my god. Amber Chick, thank you for being a member for 32 months. And thank you for the middle fingers. I haven't had an Amber Chick middle finger in forever. That makes my petty heart go pitter patter. Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it. Thank you. Much love, much love. Okay, well. Yeah, so Ethel came out with 2 videos. She literally could have put it just in one video. I listened to the first one. The second one, I listened to it like halfway through. I'm going to be honest. We're basically going to waste like 3 hours of our life, if not longer, doing this video, or these videos. But, you know, I get a chance to yell at Ethel, so why not? You know? I started calling my cat ma'am because you can't blame me for that. That is a southern thing, okay? You can't blame me for that. Oh, God. Freaking Ethel, bro. I was going to do this in 2 nights, and I was like, nope, we're going to do it one night so I can move on with my life. Ethel, Okay, how do I put this? I don't think it's worth putting a video out on Ethel. Ethel is a grifter. Now, what I may do is surprise y'all with a live stream. And I have a very strict docket to go through on Ethel with timestamps, etc., etc. And then I might cut that up and make that the video. I mean, it might be 3 in the morning when that happens. Okay? I'm working on the docket now. Again, it's Ethel, so it's kind of hard. So I don't know. It may or may not happen. But I think throughout my live streams and throughout my playlist, you can pretty much tell where I stand with Ethel. So I think there's no question there. You know? So. You know what? bullies, you didn't even spell that correctly, so I'm not going to listen to it. But no, I'm not hiring anybody. I don't have the money to hire anybody. Believe me. If I could hire Matt Pitt to write the video, I would. I'd be like, bro, I need a script. But I cannot. Oh, Sakura's here. Yay, I get to bully her. Awesome. I have to be nice in the broad chat, but now you're here, Sakura. Now you're here. Okay? I don't have the other two hold me back. All right? So now you're going to get what's coming. Oh, you know it ain't that bad. All right, so we got to go Ethel speed. That's 1.75. All right, I have the CCs on. All right, so this one is called Debunking Claims That We Stole Our Xylie Orchard Research. I don't think anybody said you stole the research. Who said they stole the research? You just got it from other people, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. You're the one that said that... Okay, first of all, I want to show something under this video real quick. Script and references. This is her script and references. I swear to God, she types just to type. Okay? Where's the link to the video or videos that you, where's the link to the videos? Because, ooh, whose video is that? That's Courtney's video. Where's the link? Where's the links to the video? I don't see it anywhere. Please help support. Join our Discord. Isn't that what you got on Vangelina for? Ethel, isn't that what you got on Vangelina for? All right, let me click this top one. What video is that? Oh, it's the same video. So how come you didn't link Courtney's video in your description? That's exactly what you got on Vangelina for? Not citing your sources. Where are your sources? It's not in this Google Doc. Where's the link to Courtney's video in this Google Doc? I mean, cite your sources, right, Ethel? Where's the link? I don't see the link to Courtney's video that you took a piece from. I'm using your logic, Ethel. See, I know you don't have to do those things. But you want to be out here preaching at everybody saying that people steal stuff. Where's the link to Courtney's video at? Oh, here we go. Boom. God damn, you used all that? How is she addressing the accusations? I don't know why you're addressing Vangelina, because you've already done that. I still have to watch this video. Hold on. 1 second.
in the title.
I still need to watch this video. Okay, I need to put it there. All right. Let's see. And it's Courtney's 2 videos. All right, there you go. Well, she did it then. Shit, best name in the community in chat? Who's the best name in the community in chat? No, she did it. She referenced. Thank God, because I was going to burn her if she didn't. I didn't notice it on that Google Doc. What did Charlie Sheen say? Charlie Sheen, excuse me. Yeah, Nani, I know. It's not a manifesto. That was a script to her video. All right, let's go.
This whole situation is an absolute mess. I have let so much slide the past few months. I said nothing as someone publicly denounced me for having limits as to how much child abuse I could cover as a CSA survivor, and for being somewhat unclear whilst venting after a particularly triggering revelation. I let that same person opportunistically lie about me, plagiarizing them, whilst I was busy dealing with actual plagiarism of our work, my abuser coming out of nowhere.
Okay, first of all, oh my God. You weren't plagiarized. Shut up. Stop. You were not plagiarized. You know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I almost want to do a video and literally take the screenshots from her videos. My abuser coming out of nowhere and a man Ethel. Ethel, are you serious? Do you really say... Who?
Lie about me, plagiarizing them, whilst I was busy dealing with actual plagiarism of our work, my abuser coming out of nowhere, and a mountain of anti-trans.
Who's your abuser? Rachel? Are you talking about Rachel? You know, I've been going through the old videos, and I've seen the old tweets. I have people who have literally taken everything down that happened back then, showing the old tweets and stuff like that. Rachel didn't do that to you. All Rachel did was disagree. Disagreeing with you is not abusing you. Disagreeing with you is not attacking you. Disagreeing with you doesn't make somebody transphobic. I think she went after Vangelina to get Rachel to say something. Muldoon, thank you for being a member for 8 months. Ethel needs a nice padded room and a warm jacket with extra long sleeve that tie in the back. I agree. She needs to be snug like a bug. I agree.
Bigotry. I still said nothing as a second person, a friend of theirs.
That's true. Not talking about sports doesn't make you a transphobe either. True, Courtney.
Join them, publicly denouncing me for not sharing screenshots I never claimed to have and for respecting victims' boundaries. Oh, let's not forget their friend's assertion that I made bank exploiting victims via our victim testimony videos. You know, the videos from which all the money made was donated to Strong Hearts Native Helpline. Okay,
I'm going to be very honest with you. I don't care if they made money off those videos. You put videos up on YouTube for people to see it. I don't care if she did make money. Now, she ended up showing that she did give the money to the helpline or whatever. But I'm going to be honest. I don't care if she made money off those videos. I really don't. That is one thing I'm not going to go against Ethel on. You know, I'm not going to get on her for that.
Despite everything, I was willing to accept the situation so as not to damage the credibility of these people and risk calling their testimonies into question. That was until an entire YouTube channel was created, not to expose a sexual predator, but to lie about me. At this point, I have to defend myself, not just for me, but for all the people they've been lying to in the larger Xylie Orchard critical community. But first, a quick content warning for the following: grooming and sexual harassment.
Oh my God, this is the reason why I don't do content warnings. I refuse. If you don't like the subject I'm talking about, please do myself and you a favor and don't watch it. If it's triggering you, please don't watch it. I don't want somebody to watch it, but I'm not going to throw out content warnings every 15 minutes, especially on a live stream where people may not show up until 30 minutes after the live stream. I'm not throwing up another content warning. I refuse. We're all adults here. I don't want anybody in my chat under 18 years old. Okay? I live in the real world, and in the real world, horrible things happen. I choose not to cover some subjects because they're horrible. Okay? This right here, do you know in her Discord, they have to do content warnings when they type? I swear to God. They have to do content warnings when they type. I'm not lying to you. Exactly, Ember. I am not, You're not going to catch me. With the way I talk, oh no. I'd have to walk around with a content warning tattooed on my forehead. Ugh.
Harassment. If you like our work and appreciate the research put into each video, please consider supporting the channel via Patreon.
No.
You can also support us by
No, I will not. No, thank you.
liking, commenting, and
I don't want to be a part of your cult. Just saying.
sharing this video on social media. I'd also just like to take the time to remind our viewers that the statements made throughout our videos are the opinions of myself, the host, based on the evidence I have available to me. They are not and should not be taken as unquestionable fact, which is why we reference everything, because we're valuable. Thus, we strive to give you, the viewer, the ability to check all evidence for yourself in order to make up your own mind, which is what the reference numbers in the top left corner.
Content warning, we're petty as Shay, thank you for being a member for 17 months.
Are for, being numbers that match up with the reference list found in the transcript linked down below. As such, we encourage all viewers to do their own research to reach an informed conclusion about the topic. Lastly, do not harass anyone discussed in the video. The evidence is here for people who want it. That's how we do things. Hi there, my name is Ethel Thurston, she, her, they, them, and today we'll be blowing the whistle on certain figures within the Xylie Orchard critical community who have been lying to the rest of said community about what took place in the background during the creation of our series covering Xylie Orchard. Today's video will specifically concentrate on the claim that all our research was handed to us and thus stolen from another party.
Okay, handed to you and stolen are two different terms. Stolen means that you went and took it without permission. Handed to you means somebody gave it to you. You can't conflate handed and stolen in the same thing. You can't. Ethel, you need a dictionary. You need to learn the meaning of words because you really do like to twist them into shit that they are not.
Namely Onion, aka Glade, and Brit, aka Nex. Note that the only reason I'm going public with this is because both Brit and Courtney have demonstrated a malicious disregard for the truth. I tried reaching out to both of them in private. I even told Courtney that I was doing so because I didn't want to drag them publicly, potentially breaking the community's trust in them by showing how they misinformed them, but they chose to not only fail to correct their misinformation, but go out of their way to continue promoting it, leaving me no other option than to defend myself by publishing the evidence I have. I will be sharing private correspondence.
Oh, Courtney, by the way, if you're still here, you know how you did that tweet and you said that she deleted that video? And then 2 days later, because of how her pinned comment was 2 days old, when you upload a video, as long as you have it unlisted, you can have them you can have a comment already there. By the way, most likely what she did, she uploaded that video and waited for it to go green before she published it. So, just, you know.
Between both myself and
Yes, anybody being transphobic in the chat, we're not dealing with that in here, okay? We're not doing that. Okay? Thank you.
Brit, as well as myself and Courtney, this is a last resort.
No, I know it was listed, but there's no way if she would have deleted that video, that comment still wouldn't have been under that video. You can upload a video and it not go live and have a comment already there before it goes live. So...
I don't like the fact that I'm being forced to do this, but I am ultimately being forced to. I will also be sharing screenshots of the private Discord server I set up, which both Brit and Onion were a part of. All personal information will be blocked from our screenshots in order to avoid doxing people, so if you see a redacted quote, that is why. The context of the quote should give you a general sense of what has been removed. I also want to make it clear that I am giving Brit, Onion, and Courtney full permission to do the same, so long as they go about blocking out any and all private information. We're doing this since the only way to effectively address accusations of shady practices is to bring everything into the light. That is why we're here. Though, to give some general context on things, in 2021, Essence of Thought began publishing a series of videos exposing Xylie Orchard as a child predator, with her not only seeking to normalize child predation in fiction, but grooming and sex.
I hate the way she talks about Essence of Thought in third person, even though Essence of Thought is more than one person, but it's just weird. It's weird.
Minors. We'd actually been working on said series since January of 2020 and would take a break between 2021 and 2022, ultimately publishing a total of 7 videos on the topic before the series entered an uncertain hiatus in early 2023. It was one of the hardest series we have ever created due to the amount of research and background care involved. So you can perhaps imagine my dismay when it came to light that a drama YouTuber, Xylie Star, had plagiarized our series, ripping our evidence, analysis, and even the order in which events were discussed.
Stop! Stop! How come you didn't call anybody else out for that? How come you didn't call anybody else? You know other people covered Xylie Orchard besides y'all, right? You do know other people covered Xylie Orchard besides you. How come you didn't get them? Oh, wait. Vangelina is friends with Rachel.
From 5 separate videos. Their usage of our series was so extensive, in fact, that it accounted for 30% of their videos' total runtime. I approached them in private to resolve the matter. They threatened me, leading us to publish evidence of—
Okay, TLDR, that whole video about that whole thing about Vangelina plagiarizing and it took 30% of their video, etc., etc., bullshit. Every single one part of it, bullshit. It was a bullshit video.
said plagiarism. This resulted in a back and forth, with Scorp denying the claims without providing evidence of their assertions, and us debunking said assertion.
I have no idea, Seraphis, Sephirus. I don't cover Xylie Orchard. I have no idea. I got into this because of Vangelina.
This isn't the focus of the video, just to be clear. This is the backdrop to everything that happened. It was during this period that a couple of people in what can be described as the Xylie Orchard critical community began making various accusations against us, including that we had stolen our research from them. So let's begin with the big claim that Brit and Onion has supplied myself and Levi with the evidence used in our series about Xylie Orchard. The place most people have probably seen this is in the pinned comment to Lazy Bedhead's trash fire of a video regarding Scorp's plagiarism.
Trash fire of a video. Let me see something. Hold on. I want to see something real quick. Because I have a theory, but I don't know how much this theory is correct. Alright, Lazy Bedhead has 38,000 subscribers. Because the other person she went after had 2K, and you have 42. Okay, so Lazy Bedhead's about the same size. Alright.
The post reads as, quote, "Those of us who have actually been victimized by Xylie Orchard are utterly pissed at Ethel and have tried to get her to understand the harm she's doing to not only us, but Lily's current audience. Myself and one of the other blogs provided those screenshots and context."
Okay, FYI, you can't own screenshots. You cannot own screenshots. Because you had to take it from somewhere else to get the screenshot. Bruh. And if you're so worried about people taking your screenshots, then do what the T channels did back in 2019, 2020, and put a watermark on it. Good God. Yeah, they're not NFTs. Ugh.
To Ethel, during the making of her Xylie Orchard series.
Do you have a copyright on those screenshots? Yeah, that's a great question. Do you have a patent on those screenshots? How do you own those screenshots? How? How do you own those screenshots?
In the hopes that people would be warned about Lily's predatory behavior. She didn't go painstakingly looking for them, she had people providing them to her on a silver platter. Ethel is just another content creator who used an entire community of abuse survivors for money. She disappeared for over a year in the middle of what was supposed to be an investigation, only to reappear out of the blue, lashing out and attacking people. Ethel does not care about victims, she doesn't care about any of the issues she claims to care about. Ethel is an unhinged, selfish grifter looking for money and control. Signed, Brit. End quote. This is an assertion she'd repeat over on Tumblr, stating the following whilst replying to someone asking if it were true.
Nani. Hold on, Nani, I'm messaging you right now. Hold on. Hold on 1 second, guys. Okay. Let's continue.
Quote, "Yep, that's what I'm saying. Those screenshots have been circulated for years now, and most of the ones she had were provided by me, Onion, Cypher, and others who have made the effort to sort this stuff and get it out to people. Ethel didn't spend hours scrolling tags, manually looking for things on her own. She had us helping her. Onion and I were in a group chat with her during the making of at least some of those videos. I'm not even concerned with being named or acknowledged, but Ethel trying to accuse someone else of plagiarism over it is utter bullshit, and it makes it harder for people who want to cover Lily. They already risk Lily and her fanbase going after them. We don't need to add anti-Lily content creators pulling this shit too." And
Bro, it's screenshot. I cannot believe. You know, I thought T channels were bad back in the day. I cannot believe we are going hour 1000 about some damn screenshots. I cannot believe we are literally on hour 1000 over some damn screenshots.
End quote. First thing I want to note is I have no idea who Cypher is. That's not a name I recognize. The only two people added to the private Discord server were both Brit and Onion. That is it. Second, with regard to abandoning things in the middle of our expose, it's true that we never got around to publishing one of the videos we had planned regarding Lily's porn accounts, including her Sankaku account and Lily's various ols such as Al Creative and Tara Kali. Said video had proven a difficult one, which is when I came up with the idea of using Brit's testimony to bridge the gap. Onion thought this was a great idea. I asked Brit if she was up for
Part of me is wondering if I should honestly do Brit's testimony first and make the terror connection so it's in the... I get that. Yes, that account also has... I get that again. I think it would be best handling people immediately know that a lot of terror... Okay. What is... Okay, you were in the Discord. That's basically all that shows.
going next, and she told me she needed time to write it since there was so much to cover. I told her that was understandable, that I'd work on other projects until she was done.
I'll work on an outline. There's quite a bit to cover on my end. That's understandable. Again, I can work on other projects in the meantime. Okay, so?
She never got back to me. Those other projects ended up being the one about the events in 2019, and well, things just sort of ground to a halt whilst I was waiting on hearing back from Brit. When I later commented on Poppy sexually harassing Courtney, Brit let us know that, as well as being angry about a poorly worded post I made, she was also angry at me for personal reasons. Namely, she felt as if I'd abandoned her when I quite literally told her to take her time writing her testimony and that I'd be working on reasons. Namely, she felt as if...
Oh, God. I'm showing you how you misread things. Okay, but I'm not the only one who read it like that. It's exactly how you worded it, and now you're sticking your nose up at me. Well, Ethel tends to stick her nose up to everybody. Except as evidenced multiple times by now, it's not. But if you want to ignore that, fine by me. I'm not here to control your thoughts, just like you're not here to control mine. And you haven't acknowledged the fact that you put on such a show of caring about victims so much when you ghosted us in the middle of an investigation with no explanation. I have work in the morning. I'm not staying up arguing with your performative ass. I actually explained in the post you're complaining about. Okay.
If I'd abandoned her when I quite literally told her to take her time writing her testimony and that I'd be working on other projects until she was done. She could have reached out at any moment, but chose not to.
Okay, so my question is...
She was also angry at me for personal reasons. Namely...
Okay, my question is... What post is she talking about? What post is Cyber talking about? Okay, but I'm not the only one who read it like that. So what post are they talking about that Ethel made? Ethel, why don't you show that? We need to see the post that they're talking about.
She felt as if I'd abandoned her when I quite literally told her to take her time writing her testimony and that I'd be working on other projects until she was done. She could have reached out at any moment, but chose not to. As for the assertion that calling out plagiarism makes it hard for people to cover Lily Orchard, that only applies to people who, you know, plagiarize other people.
Oh, shut up. Nobody plagiarized you. Shut up. Shut up. And by the way, I'm taking your little drawn picture here and I'm using it for my thumbnail. And don't worry, I'll put filters all over it, okay? So you can't say I plagiarized your person. Bruh.
One thing our critics have omitted throughout this entire ordeal is how we've not gone after anyone else who has covered Lily Orchard, even people we fucking despise, such as Poppy. Yet us taking issue with a single...
Yeah, well, I despise you. Asteroid for 5. These people getting noticed by mainstream commentary was the best outcome. They can't hide from people like you and Chud. True.
person who has clearly stolen our work will apparently bring everything to a screeching halt.
Nobody stole your work. She didn't steal your work. She did a TLDR. She did a TLDR about Lily Orchard. That's all she did. She didn't steal your work. Stealing your work would mean uploading your hours and hours and hours and hours of content, because God knows, Ethel, you can talk for hours, bro. She didn't steal your work. She did a TLDR about Lily Orchard. Stealing your work would have been literally like uploading your videos. I'm telling you, man, I agree with you, Colleen. I agree with you. The Tumblr post where she's blamed the little critical community for Poppy harassing me. Okay. Alright. Yeah, Poppy is something else. And I'm going to be learning about that on Friday, because I have no clue on that. I won't cover it. Because I'm stuck on this. I'm not covering Poppy and them. Stardust is doing it. Let Stardust deal with it. I'm not dealing with it. That's too much for me. It's like the art commentary community stuff with Lio. You know what? Let Beckett and Leah cover that. They're covering it. I'm stuck in essence of thought hell. All right? And as soon as I can dig myself out of essence of thought hell, then I will move on to something else. Okay? It might be Brianna Wu. It might be. I don't know yet. I'm considering.
Halt. This is absurd, and I would argue does more damage than what we're being accused.
Oh yeah, hold on. Wait a minute. I forgot to do something. One moment, please. Do. 'Cause we're hanging out and living in this hell called Ethel. Because Ethel is so hard to watch and so hard to listen to, but unfortunately I have to do it. Ugh. It's horrible. Courtney, thank you for joining Just Saying Crew. I appreciate it.
Of. People like Brit are effectively telling everyone that any work they put out regarding Lily Orchard is fair game so far as plagiarism, that larger channels can come along, steal their work, and if they speak out about that, they'll be accused of helping a sexual predator. That's not exactly creating an environment that is inviting to prospective creators.
You blocked me on Twitter for exposing you. Well, guess what, Mr. Fields? Because you decided you wanted to call me a whore on Twitter. So guess what you get? Not only did I block you on Twitter, but you can go away from this channel too, buddy. Have a great time. Thank you. Courtney, thank you for gifting a membership. I appreciate it. All right, let's continue.
I also need to point out that it makes no sense for Brit not to also criticize Scov. Scov not only promoted misinformation Lily Orchard can use to handwave all her critics, Scov actively dehumanized a number of Lily Orchard's victims, including Glade. Scov stripped Glade of both his name and voice, turning him into a case file. Yet, in spite of pointing this out in our original video, I have not seen a single person, not even Scov themselves, attempt to address that fact. That's what Brit is defending here. Actual, demonstrable.
Address what fact? Scov stripped Glade of both his name and voice, turning him into a case. Are you serious? Are you literally trying? Oh my God. I sort of do, though, in that video. Scove is dehumanizing Glade, Xylie Orchard's victim in this instance. By refusing to give Glade a name or reference his actual testimony, Scove is effectively stripping him from his humanity and... What? Glade is no longer a person who has shared their testimony in Scove's video, but a nameless case. She doesn't have to say his... Okay, you know what we're not going to do? We're not going to tell people how to do their content. That's not what we're going to do. I can sit here and I can talk about Xylie Orchard all I want, and I don't have to name not damn near one of them. And I can literally call it victim 1, victim 2, victim 0, victim 15, whatever. I don't have to say their names. What we're not going to do is we're not going to say Evangelina... Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, at least Ethel is pronouncing Scove correctly this time. Good point. That's a very good point. Bro.
Turning him into a case file. Yet, in spite of pointing this out in our original video, I have not seen a single person, not even Scov themselves, attempt to address that fact. That's what Brit is
because she doesn't have to address that fact. She doesn't have to address it, Ethel. She doesn't have to address a damn thing. Quite honestly, I think she should have just left that. She shouldn't even have responded to you in the first place. That's what I think. I think she should have ignored your ass for the nobody cares about person that you are. Ross for 50. Ethel never structured a response in a way to show any context. She talks about disparate point frames. It's like she talked about the critique. Yeah. True. Thank you.
Defending here actual, demonstrable exploitation of Xylie Orchard's victims. So it is hypocritical of Brit to accuse us of such when she's defending Scov. Yet even worse, it is hypocrisy grounded in a lie, as we're going to see in a minute. With those things noted, it's probably a good idea to create a timeline of our interactions with Brit and Onion to see which videos they could have helped us with. I first made contact with Brit on Discord on the 19th of October 2022, which was after the publication of Glade and Mackenzie's victim testimonies, just as we were getting ready to debunk Xylie Orchard's pro-child predator argument.
Okay, hold on. Hold on a second, because I got something. One moment, please. Okay. But is that the actual... Hold on. Okay, that link you gave me, Nani, is that the actual... Okay, hold on. CPJ499. Someone named Mr. Fields is mad you blocked him on Twitter, so he's DMing people to raid you, including me, but I'm here to warn you. I don't care. We've dealt with raiders before. I don't care, but thank you for the $4.99. I appreciate it. And I guess I appreciate the warning. Why the F would you not keep a victim anonymous? You go. Thank you for the 2, and I kind of agree with you, actually. Let's see. Nani. Where are you at? Is this the actual SS though? Hold on a second. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, okay. Okay, that's not the actual screenshot. All right. All right, let's go.
Brit still has access to that conversation, meaning she still has access to any and all evidence she shared with us at that point, so she should be able to supply evidence regarding that conversation, which she can then link to the specific video it was used in. The private server, however, was only established on the 26th of November. I sent Onion a message on Tumblr, my first direct contact with them, leading them to join that very day, followed shortly by Brit. The The reason the
Hey, everybody, get off Tumblr.
server was created was that, in the video debunking Lily Orchard's pro-child predator arguments, I misidentified one of Lily Orchard's friends, leading us to publish an immediate correction. We wanted to avoid such mistakes in future. Bringing aboard people with more general knowledge to proofread our scripts was something we did in an attempt to prevent future mistakes.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't care about all that.
This means that the server wasn't established until after our video debunking Lily's pro-child predator arguments, meaning the only two videos Writ and Onion could have helped us with were the ones on Stockholm and Doomsday Ascending, so those are the videos we will be focusing on. Starting with Doomsday Ascending, we have this exchange between myself and Onion on the server, in which Onion had no idea about the true content of Doomsday Ascending. They didn't even realize that it was a standalone game, confusing it for a mod of another game. Now, I responded to this by noting that the non-photographic depictions of child sexual abuse were found in the Lily Orchard evidence pack Onion has sent us, as a lack of awareness surprised me. And before you think that this is proof that Onion gave me said evidence, I quite literally follow up by explaining how it was finding and watching Nintendo Gal's playthrough of said game that
Okay, hold on. You see how she does the trigger warnings when she types? Alright, in the base game, you straight up given Sweetie Belle, blah, blah, blah. Okay? Like, I came across it during my own research on Nintendo Gal's relationship with Lily. I knew that game existed and that feature, but not exactly what it had in... What does this prove?
me said evidence, I quite literally follow up by explaining how it was finding and watching Nintendo Gal's play.
We're talking about... Oh my god, do you not understand we're talking about the screenshots? What does this prove? I feel like you're taking things out of context.
Through of said game that alerted me to the contents of the game, not the pack. The pack came much too late to be of any real use. Okay, but how did I find the video? Well, whilst doing basic research on Lily's various fanfics, I came across the My Little Pony fan label wiki for the Doomsday Ascending fanfic, which mentioned a game of the very same name that had its own entry on the website, and it is that entry that had a section about Nintendo Gal, including mention of how a quote, let's play was also made, showcasing the game's NSFW content, end quote, which led me to find the video on her channel. Now, if we go to the reference list of said video, we find that, surprise surprise, I reference the fandom wiki pages for both the fanfic and the game. Why? Well, because I use them in the lead up to the...
What does this have to do with the goddamn screenshots? Y'all were working together on the videos. And now you're acting like they didn't help you? Is that what you're doing now? What are you doing? Steven, you think you spaced out? I'm running this damn live stream and I'm spacing out. I should be more into this than what y'all are, but I'm spacing out just listening to her voice. Oh my god.
The big discovery regarding the contents of that video, how it contains non-photographic depictions of child sexual abuse, something not mentioned in the label wiki entry or anywhere else as far as I'm aware, at least not until our video. I did so because it acts as this very nice, neat, narrative-driven segue. I take you along the very same route I myself took when I uncovered said evidence.
Who watches these videos? I need to know what audience is riveted by Ethel. What audience actually sits and goes, you know what? Oh my god, Essence of Thought uploaded a new video today and I've got to watch it. Who says that? It can't be that far left. Bro, they are on another complete... This ain't far left. This is crazy. Oh my god. Oh my god. I know far left people and they wouldn't watch this. There's no way they would watch this. I think that's half of Ethel's problem. She doesn't have friends. That's why she talks so damn much, because she likes the sound of her own fucking voice because nobody else wants to hear it. Well, that's probably correct, Martinez, actually.
Letting you feel like you're making the discovery with me. What's really frustrating about this, and I kinda hinted at it when I pointed out that the images were in the Lily Orchard evidence pack, is how nobody bothered to go through said pack. They just passed it around. This information had been there for years, undiscussed by anyone until our video. It's one thing to just grab everything Lily Orchard has ever published, it's another thing entirely to process said evidence, separating what is useful from the noise. Yeah, returning to the fact that...
And yet you give so much noise in your videos. Oh my God. Your videos could literally be cut into either a third or at most a half if you would just filter out the fucking noise. I swear, I think you just like the sound of your own voice.
Neither Brit nor Onion had any knowledge of said images, tell me, how exactly were they meant to help us? They didn't, because they couldn't. They did not help us with the Doomsday Ascending video, aside from proving everything to make sure I hadn't misidentified anyone. Not only can I show my process of gathering evidence for this video, I followed—
If they did that, they helped you. If they did that, they helped you.
They didn't, because they couldn't. They did not help us with the Doomsday Ascending video, aside from proving everything to make sure I hadn't misidentified—
Well, that means they helped you then. Even if it's a little bit of help, they still helped you.
anyone. Not only can I show my process of gathering evidence for this video, I follow that process literally in the video itself. So that just leaves Stockholm. There's not much about Stockholm on the server, and there's absolutely nothing I could find that went on to be used. The closest anyone got to giving us something was Brit telling me about Spectrum in our private chat. Spectrum is the child of Rainbow Dash and Fluttershy in the Stockholm series, to which I responded with, quote, I know, did a deep dive on Stockholm, remember? End quote.
Okay, yeah, I can't. I can't. You know what? You can get on my ass for not finishing this. All right. Courtney. Let's go to Courtney. All right. Courtney, what was the name of this one? Courtney parroted Brit's lie without evidence. Okay, here we go.
Yet sadly, certain people have set about repeating said lie, even though they were not part of the process. One of those people is Xylie Orchard's sibling, Courtney, who asserted the following in response to another Tumblr post lying about us refusing to talk with Courtney. Don't worry, we'll cover that in the next video. Here's what Courtney declared, quote, don't worry, Ethel. I've been telling everyone that you don't own those screenshots and didn't get them. Extremely happy face. Karma, she be a bitch, and guess what? So am I. You want to act like the authority on Xylie Orchard? I'm her sister.
Can we talk about how somebody is a psychopath and have bright mode on? I'm just saying. You can't do dark mode. What's wrong with you? That's psychopathic.
It's on my level, pleb. End quote. Then, a while later, Courtney uploaded their first ever video introducing themselves, which contained the following section.
And don't think I've forgotten about you, Ethel. I should thank you after all. That greedy stunt you pulled with Evangelina is really what pushed me to stop relying on someone else to get the truth out about my sister and just start my own.
It was a greedy punch. Where was Courtney lying? Ethel, do you forget that you were asking for 30% of everything that month? Did you forget that, Ethel? It was greedy. It was very greedy.
My own series. I look forward to what you have to say when I use all the same screenshots that Evangelina used. You know, the ones you don't own. But I'm getting ahead of myself. That's for the next video.
And then they published that video, in which they once again assert said narrative.
Meanwhile, I came onto the scene and started doing something. Because I have the means to do so, being Lily's actual sister, knowing far more than Ethel did by having a whole group of people picking over years of documentation for her. Well, Ethel tried to claim that Evangelina plagiarized her series on my sister because of the screenshots that were used. Screenshots that came from Tumblr, from blogs like Brit, Gallade, Morals.
I remember, you know what, I might get him to do it for me. I remember we did that live stream and I had Diesel up here. And Diesel was literally looking at those screenshots on Kiwi Farms. He was literally looking at those screenshots. But I need to see them for myself so that way I can show y'all. So...
a few others who had spent years documenting Lily's shady shit while Ethel was busy doing whatever it was she was doing. They came from archive links that Ethel did not make. Dailymotion archives she didn't even know existed. Screenshots Ethel is now trying to say she owns the rights to. I, however, find it odd that she thinks she owns the rights when I have the Google Docs and the Dailymotion archives right here. They will be linked in the comment section so everyone can see what Ethel saw. Oh.
Did Ethel go through that Google Doc? I wonder.
Oh wait, what she had other people see and pick through for her. That's more accurate.
If that's the case, why then didn't you go into those links and show which pieces of evidence we had supposedly stolen? Why didn't you do what we did when proving Evangelina Scott's plagiarism?
Nobody said you stole them. They said it was handed to you. There's a difference between those two words. They said it was handed to you, not that you stole them. Stole them is what you're saying Evangelina did. You weren't told that you stole those screenshots. You were told they were handed to you. What? No, not Diesel Patches, FPS Diesel.
And, you know, demonstrate it. Why didn't you connect specific screenshots throughout our video to specific pieces of evidence in said folder? Well, It's because Courtney knows they're lying. They're just asserting we use these resources, hoping that their viewers will just accept their assertion that that's where we sourced our evidence. The reality, meanwhile, is that Courtney was not involved with the creation of any of our videos at any point. They do not know what took place behind the curtain, yet they are running around pretending like they do. Unless Britt shares something with them, i.e. evidence that both Britt and Courtney would still have access to and thus be able to provide, they are straight up choosing to lie to everyone in the Xylie Orchard critical community. They are promoting disinformation, i.e. misinformation they know.
Okay, but here's the thing. How come it's not just Courtney saying it, though? I don't know.
Not to be true. That is why Britt and Courtney's staunch refusal to supply evidence to support their accusations against us can and should be taken as an admission of guilt on their part. I make no accusations without evidence. I don't think it's asking too much.
Okay, I will say this. I would like some kind of DM where somebody literally gave Ethel those screenshots. Not a link to where that screenshot could have been taken, but the actual screenshots themselves. I'm going to be honest. Somebody had to have DM'd somebody. If Ethel got those screenshots from other people, then they've got to be in a DM somewhere where somebody handed over those screenshots to Ethel. Yeah, but Nani, you're not going to be able to provide that because you weren't the one that was giving it to Ethel. The only thing I can find is possibly those screenshots on like Tumblr, and they have to be the exact screenshots. The exact ones that she had. Because she has that thing where a person can either be red or green and stuff like that. That thing, I don't remember what it's called. But even if they did hand you the screenshots, you don't own screenshots. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't care if Angelina took those screenshots from your video, which I don't think she did. I think she got them off Kiwi Farms. Thank you, Shinigami Eyes. Thank you, Courtney. I appreciate it. I couldn't remember the name of it. Thank you. Thank you, Shay. Anyway, I don't care if Angelina ripped them from your video, which I don't think she did because, one, you can rip it from a video and it won't be blurry. Okay? The screenshots Angelina used were very blurry. Almost like they went to like a vlog or, not a vlog, but like a blogging place. A place where you have to download and the picture gets compressed and stuff like that. Much like Kiwi Farms. I think one of her viewers sent them to Scove. That's a possibility too. That doesn't mean Scove took them herself. And they're fucking screenshots. Who cares? Who cares? Aren't you just happy that somebody's talking about Xylie Orchard? It had been, what, a year and a half, maybe 2 years since you talked about Lily? Wouldn't it make sense for somebody to revamp the story? This is all over fucking screenshots.
To expect that from everyone else. So, focusing on the evidence, the truth as Courtney claims, they clearly don't care about that. If they did, they'd be providing evidence to back up their accusations, which they have never done. They have never shared any evidence that our research was plagiarized from anyone. I didn't think they would.
Nobody's saying that it was plagiarized. Platinum for $6.99. Hey Xylie, recently discovered you through Nick. Loved your sass. Loved your Max grilling a few months back. Thank you, Platinum. I appreciate it. Yeah, Nick is definitely a friend of the show. Nick is a cool dude. He's a cool dude. Definitely a friend. Thank you again for the $6.99. I appreciate it. It doesn't matter where Scove got them from. Ethel will twist it because it's her topic and nobody else can discuss it. Sue me? She acts like that, does she not? Nick is a meatball. He really is. That's my problem. Ethel, I think Ethel went after Vangelina simply because Rachel is her friend. I really believe that.
Would when they announced their video, and I was
Yes, exactly, Rotten. She should literally just be glad someone else is now bringing attention to it, but no, she's got to be the Disney of Lily Orchard. Yes. Yes. Agree, Rotten. Agree. Martinez, they are friends. Severus, true, but he's our meatball. Yeah, he is. Yeah, Courtney, all roads lead to Rachel, don't they? All roads seem to lead to Rachel. It's amazing. Access for 20. No, Xylie. Ethel has to pretend she doesn't know how the algorithm and internet works and that new videos can revive dead topics and drive traffic to older videos. It's amazing, isn't it, Access? It's amazing how that works. It's amazing how that works. Thank you for the 20. I appreciate it. Good gracious, man.
proven right. They just repeated Brit's already debunked assertions, seemingly reveling in the prospect of misleading the greater Lily Orchard critical community, giving absolutely zero care to how said easily debunked lies could potentially tarnish their reputation, their credibility as Lily Orchard's first victim, and
I can tell you now, you, Ethel, have no credibility. None whatsoever. None. Zero.
subsequently any testimony they give in future. That means Courtney was willing to destroy their credibility over... what exactly? These ego games they seem to believe we're playing? It's not just what they say in their videos that make me think that, though we will see plenty of examples in the next video. It's the post, the whole quote, "You want to act like an authority on Lily Orchard? I'm her sister. Get on my level, pleb." End quote. I have never claimed to be the authority on Lily Orchard. I have never attempted to police anyone else.
You certainly act like you're the authority on Lily Orchard. Because, my God, you gas yourself up with how much research you did and how you talked about things that nobody else did. You imply you are the lead researcher on Lily Orchard. Excuse me. You literally imply that.
Covering the topic, even people I fucking despise. I have only called out plagiarism so blatant that numerous people acknowledge the uncanny feeling of deja vu they had whilst watching Scott's original video, as if they'd seen it all before. This is a straw man, plain and simple.
So basically what happened... Wait a minute.
The Orchard, I have never attempted to please anyone else covering the topic, even people I fucking despise. I have only called out plagiarism so blatant that numerous people acknowledge the uncanny feeling of deja vu.
Okay, so... cult mentality, ladies and gentlemen. Cult mentality and letting people who are your viewers and subs run your channel. And this is what we're dealing with.
Despise. I
never watched Vangelina Scope, so when I clicked her video, I expected some new information or at least a different analysis of the facts. When I watched, I immediately felt like it was too similar to your series. So you let your viewers gas you up. This is exactly what happened. And then you found out that Vangelina was friends with Rachel. Everybody knows Vangelina's friends with Rachel. I clicked off after that because it left a weird taste in my mouth. Okay, if watching a video leaves a weird taste in your mouth, then you need to get off the internet.
Only called out plagiarism.
When I watched the video, all I could think was, you know, this feels really familiar. And not in the I've heard this drama before way, but in the I feel like I've already watched this video. Bruh.
So blatant that
I thought her video sounded familiar, but I brushed it off as being the same topic. Shame on her. Why would she do that? You people are ridiculous. Oh my God, I'm about to sneeze. Oh. Okay, I'm good. I'm good. I think I'm good. Am I good? No, I'm not good. Hold on. Okay, I'm good now. Okay.
Numerous people acknowledge the uncanny feeling of deja vu they had whilst watching Scott's original video.
Who cares? I don't care. Why do you care? You already left the subject. You were already done with the subject. So why do you care?
As if they've seen it all before. This is a straw man, plain and simple. The last thing I want to do in this video is address a more general problem I've noticed, and that's plagiarism creep. When we presented Scott's video as plagiarism of our series, we didn't do so on account of a couple of screenshots. Whilst taking screenshots does fall under plagiarism, the truth is that we usually don't care if people reuse our screenshots, as long as they use them in a transformative work.
Wait. Wait. Oh God, no. Oh God, no. No. Bruh. Bruh. Oh my God, no. Okay, hold on.
Cool. The last thing I want to do in this video is address a more general problem I've noticed, and that's plagiarism creep. When we presented Scott's video as plagiarism of our series, we didn't do so on account of a couple of screenshots. Whilst taking screenshots does fall under plagiarism, the truth is that we usually don't care if people reuse our screenshots, as long as they use them in a transformative work. That's the key word, transformative.
How are you Okay. So, Okay, so the screenshots she supposedly, according to you, got from your videos, and she put it into one video, completely her talking, and it wasn't transformative? How? No. No, ma'am. You don't get to do this. After that sentence right there, I need you to shut the hell up. You're done. You're done. You're completely done. What is this?
Scott's work was not transformative. They presented the same basic information in the exact same order whilst contributing next to none of their own original thoughts, and they did this when...
What, because she had the same thoughts and opinions about somebody being gross? What was she supposed to clap for Lily Orchard? Was she supposed to stand there and go, you know what? I stand by Lily Orchard. Like, what was she supposed to fucking do? You go for 2. Using screenshots in a transformative way. Exactly. You go, exactly. What? She had to do the zoom factor just to see if they were in the same screenshots, meaning they were transformative. Period, point blank, period. Ethel, you, oh my God. I don't know if I can do the second video.
An entire third of their video's runtime. The extent of the stolen work was so egregious that, as just mentioned, numerous people who had previously watched our series reported a rather uncanny feeling, a sense of deja vu, whilst watching Scott's recycled piece. That's the extent...
Wait a minute. Are you going to demand 30% of me for reacting to your video? Is that what you're going to do? Are you going to demand... I hope you send me an email demanding 30% from me. I hope you do. Because you're going to get a 2-word email back. I will absolutely give you a 2-word email back. Fuck and off. This is crazy.
Of the issue we discussed in our video, with me noting the following during the transition between the chapters, discussing the screenshots and everything else. But it gets even worse when we actually take a look at the stuff she says between the evidence, because we find out that she's stolen more than just the evidence provided throughout our series. She's attempted to claim mine and Levi's personal thoughts as her own.
Stop. Stop it. Oh my God, stop it. Oh my God. You know what? I can't. I cannot. And I'm not listening to Levi either. Levi can shut up too. Okay. Nope. We're going to go to the other video. I'm done. I cannot. I cannot even. There's no damn way. I feel myself getting dumber. I feel myself getting dumber. Yeah, what? Okay, now you know she deletes comments. I remember seeing that pinned comment. I swear. Oh wait, I remember seeing that pinned comment on Lazy Bed's video, and I was so concerned that it was just immediately trusted. I swear The way all these characters come at you reminds me of opening credit sequence. Oh my god. You bro. Okay. All right, I'm not doing... Okay, well, no, maybe I will watch the intro. All right, this one called Courtney Orchard has destroyed their credibility. Oh no, Courtney Orchard has no credibility, but Ethel somehow does? Question mark? Okay. Oh, it's definitely a Hugbox comment section. It's definitely a Hugbox comment section because she absolutely deletes comments. She absolutely deletes comments. You can't say anything bad. You can't go in Ethel's comment section and go boo without attacking and being transphobic. Hey, Rita. It's okay. You haven't missed much. Just Ethel going blah, 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 blah. John Smith. She has 2 shirts. The Riz is dead. All right, let me go pour myself some more drink, and then I will be right back, okay? And then we'll start this video. Yeah, the norm, Rita. Exactly. The norm. Courtney, it's me! Look, Courtney, you're on the big screen! Okay. And let's go.
The only reason Ethel reached out was to clear her name regarding my mix-up and insist that she didn't call it Lily Drama.
Okay, I just wanted you to realize I never called it Lily Drama. That was an invention. You realize you could have given me the means to have Lily charged months ago, and you're worried about optics. Actions speak louder than words. Okay.
Drama. After all this time of me trying to get into contact, this snake reaches out only when I embarrass her under her own video of clownery, and only to clear her name. Did she have anything to say about my sister? No. Anything to say about my story? No. Anything about her lack of contact? Not until I brought it up.
Oh really? I didn't mention anything about our lack of contacts when I reached out to you, at least not until you brought it up? Then I guess you won't mind me reading my opening message to you on Tumblr. Quote, I told Brit you were welcome on the Lily Orchard Command Center Discord server when they confirmed it was you back in May of 2023, also asking whether you'd like a group call or whether you'd like to talk to us individually. Don't know why they never followed up. I assumed that they were talking to you about it, but I'd already begun my series about the events of 2019, which I'm still working on. Screenshots also explain why I haven't responded to random comments claiming to be Lily's family, as you're not the only one. I wanted to approach you about this in private as I have no ill will towards you, and I don't want to publicly shame you for criticizing me with only half the picture. I get why you're mad. Just felt you should know I wasn't opposed to talking to you. End quote. Along with my message, I supplied 2 screenshots of...
Okay, so was this after the video? Was this after your video, Courtney? And I know I have a delay, so I know you can't answer straight away. Was this message on Tumblr after your video? Yeah. Oh, yeah, you only blame Brit. Was it after your video? Or was it before your video? Hold on, my cat wants to come in. Okay, will you hush up, Edna? No. It wasn't after your video? Okay, can we please have dates on screenshots, that would be, it was before the video. So it was before the video.
Anything about her lack of contact. Not until I brought it up.
Oh really? I didn't mention anything about our lack of contact when I reached out to you, at least not until you brought it up? Then I guess you won't mind me reading my opening message to you on Tumblr. Quote, I told Britt you were welcome on the Xylie Orchard Command Center Discord server when they confirmed it was you back in May of 2023, also asking whether you'd like a group call or whether you'd like to talk to us individually. Don't know why they never followed up. I assumed that they were talking to you about it, but I'd already begun my series about the events of 2019, which I'm still working on. Screenshots also explain why I haven't responded to random comments claimed to be Xylie's family, as you're not the only one. I wanted to approach you about this in private as I have no ill will towards you, and I don't want to publicly shame you for criticizing me with only half the picture. I get why you're mad. Just felt you should know I wasn't opposed to talking to you.
Okay, I don't care about that. These are screenshots from a private server shared with you as an agreed party in faith that they will not be published. I have no ill blood towards Next. I'm deeply sorry about what Poppy did to you. Do you have those screenshots of Lily sexting a minor or not? I'm racking my brain whilst also going through my scripts and folders. Just say yes or no. Oh my God. See, this is why I hate DMs. This is why I hate DMs. I hate them. I hate them because of people like this. If I ask you a yes or no, just give me yes or no. I don't need an encyclopedia. Okay? All right. We published victim testimony. A minor. Okay. Whom Lily sexted. If that's what you meant, that's the video title. Then just give them to her. Okay, bro.
End quote. Along with my message, I supplied 2 screenshots of me telling Britt that it was okay to add Courtney to the server, before asking Britt how Courtney would like to talk to us. I then followed up said evidence by stating that I was sorry that Poppy had sexually harassed them. Courtney's response, refusing to talk about anything other than the screenshots they wrongly believed I had.
That's all she wanted to talk to you about.
Isn't it interesting how Courtney never shows you that part of the conversation, being very selective in what they do share? I'm not going to do that. Our full conversation will be linked down below, minus a single message Courtney sent that I sadly missed before their account was terminated, so you can see exactly what was said in full context.
So much for not publishing the screenshots, though, right? Okay, we saw that. We have a link post. Sorry, I've been editing my post because I did, in fact, remember my facts wrong. But I'm deeply sorry. You said you were in contact with said minor, not that you had screenshots. I'm still looking for anywhere I said that you did to fix that, so the wrong narrative isn't spread. Speaking of narratives, the word drama is literally banned on my public Discord because I detest how okay, whatever. I'm not speaking about anything other than my sister. I would never degrade your trauma or the trauma of these people. If you have a screenshot of me calling Lily okay, whatever. Too little, too late, Ethel. I'm trying to do something about my sister and the minors and her influence. I'm not getting in the middle of creator beef again. I already cut my teeth on that with Poppy. You showed up to bitch about plagiarism when you had no chance when you had a chance to do something about Lily. Your intentions have been made clear. Video is still out there. I want you to realize you could have given me the means to have Lily charged months ago, and you worried about optics. Action speaks louder than words, and your lack of action has been deafening. You were given my Discord, knew I was trying to get in contact, and did nothing. That's not on Britt, that's on you. I will correct my inaccurate claims, but that's it. Oh, I will correct my inaccurate claims, but that's it. That's pretty much the entire post at this point. I mean, I meant on the screenshots, your opinion is your opinion, mine is mine. Neither victim I had to accept. It's almost like you're running two different... It's like you're running two different conversations. It's literally like you're running two different conversations. I meant on the screenshots, your opinion is your opinion, mine is mine. Neither victim had access to wanted to go to the police. It's dangerous for victims of violence. I'm not going to force them to risk themselves. I'm not arguing with you over this, Ethel. That wasn't your decision to make. I said nothing about forcing anyone. I said contact with someone who could actually do something, not a YouTuber on the sidelines. I just told you the victims decided. I listened. You don't get to decide for them. Missing screenshot. You don't get to decide for them. Cool. So I'm talking to a brick wall. We're done. If by brick wall you mean someone who will protect the people who entrusted them, then yes. What does this mean? Why is this blocked out? What did Mackenzie say? I don't know. All right. Okay. Okay. It's like they were running two different conversations. It was crazy. That makes much sense, to be honest. Makes me feel kind of bad for her. Okay, what is I can't see what Mackenzie said. Why can't I see? Oh, there it is. I wonder how Ethel got to this point in her psychology. Like, is it just constant perpetual victimhood until the idea of her being wrong is non-existent in her mind? Mackenzie, I agree with everybody in the chat. I agree with you. I think that's exactly what it is. Ethel is a perpetual victim. Everybody is abusing Ethel. Everybody attacks Ethel. Everything is an attack or everything is abuse. Everything. It's gross. It's a literally, she's a perpetual victim.
Point is, Courtney wasn't the one who brought the topic up, they were the one refusing to talk about it, at least to begin with. I was the one who started there for reasons we'll discuss later on. We'll also get to the screenshots I shared. So, Courtney couldn't have made a more blatant lie if they tried, which would lead any rational person to question, what else could they be lying about? Indeed, Courtney seems to think that I'm going to take their lies in perpetuity, never reacting, never sharing evidence of what was actually said between us, meaning they'll never be caught, that they can just go on lying to the greater Xylie Orchard critical community. Well, it's time for Courtney to get a reality check. But first, a quick content warning for the following. Grooming, sexual harassment, domestic abuse, police violence.
What? Okay. 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 Why police violence? Because this story has nothing to do with police violence. Trans misogyny, I think you're reaching. If you're talking about Xylie Orchard, I can understand the first three. What is police? I hate her so much. Oh my god. Alright, let's go.
Trauma, transmisia, and transmisogyny. If you like our work and appreciate the research put into each video, please consider
We don't appreciate it. Keep going.
supporting the channel via Patreon. You can also support us by liking, commenting, and sharing this video on social media. I'd also just like to take the time to remind our viewers that the statements made throughout our videos are the opinions of myself, the host, based on the evidence I have available to me. They are not and should not be taken as unquestionable fact, which is why we reference everything.
I promise you, we don't take a word you say as fact. We do not. I promise you, for a fact, that we do not take what you say for a fact.
Because we're valuable. Thus we strive to give you, the viewer, the ability to check all evidence for yourself in order to make up your own mind, which is what the reference numbers in the top left corner are for, being numbers that match up with the reference list found in the transcript linked down below. As such, we encourage all viewers to do their own research to reach an informed conclusion about the topic. Lastly, do not harass anyone discussed in the video. The evidence is here for people who want it. That's how we do things. Hi there, my name's Ethel Thurston, she, her, they, them, and today we'll be blowing the whistle on certain figures within the Xylie Orchard critical community who have been lying to the rest of said community about what took place in the background regarding the creation of our series covering Xylie Orchard. Today's video will be a response to Brittany's call-out video, building on the previous response in which we showed how both Britt and Courtney were lying when they claimed that we stole the research for our Xylie Orchard series. So if you haven't seen that, I suggest doing so before this video. It also contains a chapter giving some context, and Courtney have demonstrated a malicious disregard for the truth. I tried reaching out to both of them in private. Not only that, but, as we just saw in my initial message, I even told Courtney that I was doing so because I didn't want to drag them publicly, potentially breaking the community's trust in them. But Courtney chose to continue promoting said misinformation, turning it into disinformation, i.e. a lie, leaving me no other option than to go public. I will be sharing private correspondence between both myself and Britt, as well as myself and Courtney. This is a last resort. I don't like the fact that I'm being forced to do this, but I am, ultimately, being forced to, as we'll discuss later on in the chapter about protecting Xylie Orchard's victims. I will also be sharing screenshots of the private Discord server I set up, which both Britt and Onion were a part of. All personal information will be blocked from our screenshots in order to avoid doxing people.
I still don't understand. This is all over screenshots. All of this is over screenshots. Gerald for 2. Xylie's pain and suffering. Thank you. I appreciate it. I need it. Thank you. There's a lot of pain and suffering going on right now.
People. So if you see a redacted quote, that is why. The context of the quotes should give you a general sense of what has been removed. I also want to make it clear that I'm giving Britt, Onion, and Courtney full permission to do the same, so long as they go about blocking out any and all private information. We're doing this since the only way to effectively address accusations of shady practices is to bring everything into the light. That is why we're here. Though, before we get to the video, we should probably start with the post that sparked me to reach out to Courtney with the message read out at the start, which was their response to someone asking their opinion on the whole Vangelina Scott situation. Of particular note is the assertion that, quote, Ethel claims to have screenshots of Lily sexting a minor and still has not addressed that with me, who could use those and actually have Lily charged, end quote. So, quite a charged accusation, with Courtney telling people that our supposed refusal to share evidence might be the reason Xylie Orchard hasn't been charged, effectively accusing us of aiding a sexual predator. Yet, interestingly, this is not the—
Okay, I wouldn't call it aiding. I wouldn't say that they're aiding Xylie Orchard. I think this is a big old mess, and this is a big reason why I do not do stories like Xylie Orchard. I will go over other people's videos, but I, for myself, do not do stories like that, because I have had really bad experiences doing a story kind of like this, and my old heads, they know exactly what series I'm talking about, the one that I had to take down, because a lot of the background ended up being bullshit. Yeah. Yeah.
aspect we chose to address in our opening message to Courtney, but they flat out refused to discuss anything until we gave them said screenshots. When I asked them to supply proof of us claiming to have such evidence, they naturally couldn't find any, leading them to apologize before going on to edit their post to include the following update. Quote, super big edit, I've gotten something wrong. Ethel was in contact with a minor that was sexted, did not claim to have screenshots, I remembered that wrong, that's all on me.
Okay, so she corrected what she told you in the DM she would correct? And that's a problem, why?
End quote, which is something Courtney went on to allude to in their video.
Granted, I had misremembered her own claims in my callout, something I have since rectified.
The thing to note about this is just how vague it is. Courtney is never clear about the specifics of what they got wrong, just that they did before patting themselves on the shoulder for rectifying their mistake. Now, this alone...
And you pat yourself on the shoulder over some fucking screenshots! Get the hell out of here! You can't... You know when you point a finger, you have 4 pointing back at you, or 3 technically. Technically 3. When you point a finger, you have 3 pointing back at you. You know that, right? Ma'am, do you know that? Because I don't think you know that.
Wouldn't be a big problem, were it not for the fact that Courtney repeats the accusation that I was withholding said screenshots at multiple points throughout their video.
She also refused to get me into contact with the minor that Lily sexted. The minor she touted in her boring-ass video that she was in contact with. With screenshots of Lily sexting a minor, I can actually go to the cops and do something. Ethel doesn't care. Again, being in the same province as my sister, if I had the screenshots of her sexting a minor, I could go to the cops here. I could have something done here. Could potentially get her hard drive seized. Unlike Ethel, who lives where again? Not a single bus ride away from Lily, I'll tell you that much.
Nobody watching this video, unless they decided to randomly dig through Courtney's now terminated Tumblr, is going to realize that this is misinformation, that I never claimed to have said screenshots. Having a correction elsewhere on a now deleted...
She said it in her... I hate her so much. Okay, so if you give out misinformation, the best place where you put that misinformation is the best place to put the correction. Duh.
deleted Tumblr doesn't mean it's okay to repeat said misinformation in a separate piece. It actually makes it worse. Not only are they promoting that misinformation to a new audience, they're promoting
Wait!
at multiple points throughout their video.
She also refused to get me into contact with the minor that Lily sexted. The minor she touted in her boring-ass video that she was in contact with. With screenshots of Lily sexting a minor, I can actually go to the cops and do something. Ethel doesn't care. Again, being in the same province as my sister, if I had the screenshots of her sexting a minor, I could go to the cops here.
Ethel, you idiot. Ethel, you idiot. Where do you think she would get the screenshots when she misremembered? She thought you had the screenshots. Then she fixed it on her Tumblr post that you didn't have the screenshots. Where do you think she would get the screenshots from? From the minor. That's where she was talking about getting the screenshots from. A normal person would see that's what she was saying. All she said was you refused to let her get in contact with that minor. That's it. She was hoping, and now I'll explain it for you, Ethel, because you're slow, all right? She was hoping to get the contact information of that minor so she could talk to said minor to get said screenshots from said minor. It's really easy. 1 + 1 = 2. 1 + 1 doesn't equal 5,436 like you think it does. Oh my God. What? Okay, let me go forward because I'm not... Okay.
It actually makes it worse. Not only are they promoting that misinformation to a new audience, they're promoting misinformation they've previously admitted wasn't true, making it active disinformation, i.e. a lie, just so that they can claim that I quote-unquote don't care, whilst accusing me of aiding a sexual predator who preys on children. That's horrific enough, regardless of who it's done to, but in this context, this is outright trans misogyny. Courtney is knowingly lying about—
Okay, stop. Stop. Did she say anything transphobic towards you? No. Reread the DMs. Where is it trans misogyny? Stop. Stop it. Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't do this anymore. I feel like I can't do this anymore. Why is she jumping to trans misogyny? Why? It's like you can never win an argument with somebody like Ethel because Ethel will literally make lemonade out of blueberries with not a drop of lemon in it. No, Martinez, no, this is not lefty logic. This is not. I'm a leftist. Well, I lean to the left. I don't know what to technically call myself anymore. No, this is not lefty logic, Martinez. Absolutely not. This is someone who quite literally will do anything and everything to be a fucking victim. And guess what? The right have people like that too. This is not a political thing. This is a thing where a person just constantly wants to be a fucking victim. Good God, man. There is no logic with this. Oh, Martinez says, when I say lefty, I mean far left radical is not normally liberal. Yeah, see, I don't even know the definitions. That's why I just say I lean left, because I don't even know what to call myself anymore, because the definitions have changed in the last 3 to 4 years. So, this is... Ethel just wants to be a victim, bro. What's up, Brooke? Brooke, I'm being driven crazy right now.
About an AMAB trans femme person,
True
presenting
will.
them as being complicit in child sexual abuse at the height of the ongoing anti-trans moral panic, conflating trans people with grooming children.
Stop!
That is actually...
Oh my God, stop your shit! Stop your shit! Stop it! How can you sit there with a straight face and record that? Oh my God!
dangerous. And again, Courtney knows they're lying.
Ethel's gonna make me into an alcoholic, and I don't even like alcohol. But I feel like I want a beer right now. This is ridiculous.
They just don't care. Their only objective at this point is to hurt me for some slight they imagined. Sadly, this wasn't the only piece of misinformation.
Ethel. Now I know. Wait a minute. We're going to hear that line again. Hold on. We got to hear this line again.
That is actually dangerous. And again, Courtney knows they're lying. They just don't care. Their only objective at this point is to hurt me for some slight they imagine.
Their only objective at this point is to hurt me for some slight they imagine. Ethel, that's really grand of you to say. How long were you making videos on Rachel, all because she stood up for her friend and thought that he wasn't transphobic and talked about how he learned what he did wrong in his video? How long did you go after her? My God, you even mocked her when she did that video where she cut herself. And you think you have the caucasity to get in front of that microphone and say their only objective at this point is to hurt me for some slight they imagined? You ran around for years saying Rachel was attacking you, violently attacking you. And you call her your abuser. All because she stood up for a friend. That a lot of other people were standing up for. People were making videos about you back then because you were going too hard at Rachel. All because she stood up for her friend. And you literally have the caucasity to say that sentence out of your mouth. Drove that poor woman to self-harm and cut on her camera. And cry with a bleeding arm. And you mocked it. How dare you? How dare you? You are disgusting. And again, I dare you to call me transphobic. You can go all throughout my Twitter and you can go all throughout my channel. That is not the way. That is not the route you're going to be able to take with me. Because I'll call you on your bullshit. Because I know I'm not. You're just an asshole. You're a true blue asshole.
Sadly, this wasn't the only piece of misinformation Courtney promoted, as can be seen in the rest of the post, which, after their edit, still read as quote, "Yeah, I think it's ironic that Ethel wanted nothing more to do with what she called Lily drama for her own mental health. But when someone who is friends with Rachel Oates gets more views than she did on the same topic, covering the same past of a woman that isn't going to change, complaining about plagiarism when Glade and Britt did most of the research and sorting, her mental health is just fine then. I went public half a year ago. Ethel avoided my attempts to get in touch with her. She was given my Discord and never reached out to me herself, knowing I was trying to get in contact. But she is more concerned with plagiarism, that never happened, by the way, than actually doing something about a predator and pedophile. I think her newfound interest is performative and nothing more than view farming or personal beef, and I learned my lesson with Poppy." End quote. Now, we've always...
I can tell you now, I'm definitely not going to cover Lily Orchard. I refuse that topic. And I know people have been asking for me to cover it. Nah, I'm not covering it. I refuse. And it's not because of Ethel either. I don't care what Ethel's got to say. I kind of feel like she's avoiding me. She likes to pick on channels with only 2K. She won't say anything to me. Probably because I don't give a fuck what comes out of her mouth. But I'm not covering Lily Orchard. That's too much of a touchy subject for people. I'm not doing it. Because y'all have to remember, I'll cuss anybody out. I don't care. You know? She is the worst, JD.
We debunked the assertion that it was Onion, aka Glade, and Britt who did our research in the previous video, so that doesn't need to be addressed again. What we will address is the assertion that I labeled Lily Orchard's abuse of her victims, quote-unquote, Lily drama, with Courtney explicitly attributing said statement to me. I never said that. Ever. We actually have an informal ban on the word drama in our community server.
Why do you care about that? Guess what, folks? I'm going to go ahead and say it. I call it drama. I know it's more serious than actual drama. I know that. But I am a drama tuber. It is something that is very, not sensationalized. It's very controversial, what Xylie Orchard has done. I've called it Lily drama. Who cares? Who cares? Is it more serious than a stupid drama like Sneeko gets in or like Kai Cenat gets in? Although Kai Cenat's was pretty bad, but you know, Kai Cenat gets in and stuff like that. Yeah, it's a hell of a lot more serious. It's actually a hell of a lot more serious. But I instinctively call it drama. Who cares? Yeah, but you know what's funny, Martinez? She can't call it drama because she's banking on the H-Bomber Guy fans who are super anti-drama. But guess what? H-Bomber Guy's video was drama. And look how much drama it's caused because of the fans who watched that video since then. It was a drama video. Good God. I just instinctively call things drama, but I know when to take shit serious and when not to, you know? I don't know if that dude's dead, Martinez. I won't say that. For me personally, I won't say that dude's dead because we haven't heard either way, so it kind of makes me feel like he's not. I would think that we would have heard by now if he was. Lynette says, I'm just floored at how much Ethel keeps centering herself as the victim in all this. Yes! Oh my God!
Due to how the word has been used to trivialize abuse. Furthermore, I am one of the few people who calls abuse what it is in the titles of our exposés. None of these bullshit euphemisms the cash grabbers like Scov use to avoid offending the algorithm, potentially harming their bottom.
You know what? Kiss my ass. I'm making videos for YouTube. I'll name a video whatever I want. I'll sensationalize it. I'll put in words that YouTube does like instead of don't like because I want people to see it. Do you think maybe Scov named hers what she did so more people would see it? Jesus Christ.
$1. I do this because I'm a victim of abuse, including child rape, and just as it hurt me to see someone refusing to name the abuse I suffered for what it is, I feel the need to avoid treating other people's abuse with the same disrespect. So to put that in quotes whilst attributing it to me is disgusting, and it's something I felt strongly enough to point out in our chat right after Courtney...
Oh, let me guess. Is Courtney now your abuser? Are we going to call Courtney your abuser because she won't put up with your shit? Is that what we're doing? I guarantee you she calls you an abuser.
Admitted they'd misremembered me claiming to have the screenshots. I straight up asked Courtney to supply evidence of where I'd made such a statement, adding that, had I done such, I'd like to apologize. I was hoping that they'd do the same thing as before, realize that they couldn't, apologize, and retract said misinformation. Instead, they lashed out, telling me it was, quote, too little too late, end quote, even though I had never done what they were accusing me of. This, by the way, is why Courtney went out of their way to stress the following in their video.
So for all intents and purposes, Ethel checked out of what she called Lily drama. And no, Ethel, I don't have to show you where you said that. I don't owe you jack shit. And moved the fuck on.
This is not some bold act of defiance. I requested said evidence right after they just admitted to misremembering something else I'd apparently said. Any reasonable person would have taken a step back, checked to make sure they weren't making the exact same mistake, and apologized once they realized they were wrong.
Yeah, and any reasonable person wouldn't sit there and ask for 30% of YouTube revenue from that video, wouldn't ask for 30% of her Patreon that month, and wouldn't ask for 30% of her HelloFresh sponsorship. Too. A reasonable person wouldn't have done that over fucking goddamn screenshots. Bitch, you have no room to talk about what's fucking reasonable because you have been unreasonable this whole entire fucking time. You have been unreasonable since 2019 with Rachel. Shit. Good God! This is so frustrating! What? How dare she talk about what a reasonable person would do when she hasn't been reasonable since 2019? my God. Oh my God. Bro. What? Good gracious. Oh. She's a concern troll. That's exactly what she is. She's a concern troll. But she's like the big boss you fight at the end of the video game concern troll. That's what she is. She's the mega boss concern troll boss. That's what she is. Good God.
Yet, rather than do that, Courtney effectively declared themselves to be above the need to provide evidence. I wish it went without saying that that is a dangerous stance.
She ain't gotta show you shit. I'm telling you right. I don't think Vangelina should have even responded to you. Because I don't think that you are even a responsible enough person or any kind of person with any kind of fucking credibility that she shouldn't even have responded to you in the first fucking place. And you know what? I wish Rachel would have ignored your ass back in the day too. Because honestly, if these people would fucking ignore you, then I wouldn't have to sit here and do this goddamn shit, and you would have been out in oblivion and where nobody knows who you are. But unfortunately, you stay stupid shit out of your goddamn mouth. People turn around and say shit back to you, and I'm covering it. If you listen, people, listen, I'm not 4D platforming, okay? I'm gonna make that very fucking clear right now. I am not 4D platforming. But you know how to snuff people out? Stop talking about them. Stop responding to them. They got something bad to say? Fuck them. Who cares? They're not on your channel. Who cares? Especially when they're coming out with baseless accusation over fucking screenshots. Good God. My blood pressure's fine. I took my medicine today. God bless it.
To allow anyone to operate by. This is a revelation made worse, not better, by their earlier action in updating their post. Courtney has shown us that they can do the right thing when they've shown to be promoting misinformation. They just chose not to, framing this as a matter of opinion, when no, it's a matter of fact. I either did or did not label Lily Orchard's abuse of her victims quote-unquote Lily drama. There is no in-between here, no grey area.
Ethel, I don't care. I can't tell you how much of this part I do not give a fuck about. I literally don't care if you called it Lily drama or not. And the fact that you spent this much time on that is absolutely amazing to me. Okay. Courtney lied about me avoiding them. Here we go.
Which brings us to the assertion that I quote-unquote avoided Courtney. This is simply not true, as was expressed in my initial message read out at the start of this video. I had given Britt the green light to add Courtney to the server, and asked how Courtney would like to talk to us, a fact shown in the screenshots I provided. The reason I started with this point is that it seemed to be the root cause of Courtney's problems with me, a fact that was pretty much confirmed in a recent post they made. I thought that maybe, if I could get them to look at the evidence and see that I didn't have it out for them, they'd abandon whatever grudge they picked up. Speaking of that evidence,
they just said you avoided them.
Let's check the conversation for ourselves. Here we can see that Britt approached us about adding Courtney in May of 2023. This prompted Glade to give his reasons for not going to the police, which have been blocked out.
Shadow, I don't know what you're talking about. Is Shadow being told? Okay. Oh no, that part I do agree. And yeah, I don't think it's just ignore people. We don't, yeah, Shadow, I'm going to be honest with you. You don't have to write all that. Nobody's, I got one person saying something about left or right. You know what I mean? You know, you don't have to respond to that. It's okay.
To avoid doxing him. I immediately asked whether we were certain that they were, in fact, who they claimed to be. This is something I felt the need to double check, since I've had dozens of people claim to be Lily's family and former friends, sometimes with multiple accounts claiming to be the same person, the most popular being Lily's sibling. I just wanted to make sure that was the case before inviting them into said space. Britt responded with her reasons, I said yeah, though I'm not sure how to best go about integrating them into our work. At which point I expected Britt to add Courtney, as they did.
Wait, you don't know how to integrate the sister of Xylie Orchard, the sister and victim, or survivor, however you want to put it, of Xylie Orchard into your work about Xylie Orchard. Are you kidding me? How do you not know how to integrate that? What? 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 Oh, no disrespect. I ain't reading all that. I ain't reading all that either. I think we've already been through it, to be honest. And all she does is she highlights this part here. Then yeah, we can talk. Not sure how the best to go about this. Ethel, what? If you had okay, I would think if I was working on a story about Xylie Orchard, okay, and I got confirmation that Courtney was actually Lily's sister, okay, and I'm working on said videos about Xylie Orchard, I would have busted my ass to go talk to Courtney. Like what? I don't get it.
Originally offered. A week later, Britt shared Courtney's account number, which I blocked out as I'm not sure if they want that to be public, yet I didn't respond. And the reason I didn't respond was because I was puking my guts out and phasing in and out of consciousness. I explained this as I came back, apologizing, asking whether Courtney wanted to talk to us individually or as a group.
Hold on. 5/22/23, 5/16. Okay, sorry for the lack of reply. I've actually been dealing with a virus since Wednesday, which coupled with a large release has taken most of my energy. Would Courtney like to set up a call with all of us, or would they rather talk to us one by one? I'm really... Okay. Ethel, you can't talk to somebody by yourself? What? I don't know if she wants to do a call or have it all through text. The only thing she made clear was that she didn't want to talk to Levi or Glade one-on-one, so there's a witness present. And absolutely none of this can be made public right now. She's trying to see if she can get a legal investigation going, so making any of this public would be a bad idea. Okay.
Britt said they didn't know, only that Courtney didn't want to talk to either Levi or Glade one-on-one due to them being fellow victims of Xylie Orchard, stating that Courtney wanted a witness present. Britt also added that nothing could be made public at the time and that Courtney was looking to work alongside police. I responded to these statements with a general gotcha, acknowledging that I wouldn't make any sort of announcement, expecting Britt to ask Courtney what would work best for them in line with what I previously asked Britt about, since...
Same, Lee. I can't imagine listening to her all the time like this either.
I didn't want to make Courtney uncomfortable by just adding them out of the blue. Britt never got back to me. To be clear, could I have followed up? Absolutely. But, at the same time, could Britt have done the same as the person who was acting as the intermediary between myself and Courtney? Also, yes. Keep in mind that we're both adults who have lives and jobs outside of Discord. Now, I can't speak for why Britt never followed up, only myself. I was, at this point in time, not only recovering from an illness that made me hallucinate and forget things, but also reliving my own personal trauma regarding the events of 2019. I had also suffered a breakdown shortly before this.
This bitch. This bitch.
Followed up, only myself. I was, at this point in time, not only recovering from an illness that made me hallucinate and forget things, but also reliving my own personal trauma regarding the events of 2019.
Do you know what trauma she's talking about? She's talking about Rachel. Rachel and rationality rules and that whole thing. That was her trauma in 2019. Ethel, you're a grifter. You're a grifter off your audience by trauma. You literally make yourself out to be a victim to make your audience feel sorry for you. Because all you ever talk about in every single fucking video is something that traumatized you or something that happened to you when you were a child or your broken foot, or the fact that your partner is having a hard time at their job. That's why you ask for 30% of everything from Evangelina. It's always something with you. You grift off of your audience's feelings. That's what you do. And the people who are falling for it, I'm sorry, are dumb. They are dumb. And you can go ahead and tell them I said that. I don't give a shit. I don't care. I want to be honest. I do not care. Tell them I said it. Shit. She always has to be the victim, Sapphira. This is crazy.
I had also suffered a breakdown shortly before this and had been put on metazapine as a result of my general depression. I was stretched.
You need drugs. I do agree. You need drugs now. You've needed drugs for a long time.
Very thin, and would have liked a reminder. To that effect, Levi has asked me to add that he wanted to do just that, but couldn't because he was, at the time, incapacitated by his undiagnosed hypothyroidism. This is why Levi actually stopped editing my scripts for this period, only making an exception for scripts related to the events of 2019. That's how bad his health was at the time. Considering both our health problems, it's honestly amazing how this channel is still running. Yet, regardless of whether you think those are good reasons, the fact remains. As much blame as I might have in dropping the ball and not following up, Brit holds just as much. Yet I'm the only one being targeted, being lied about publicly.
Yeah, that's funny. It's funny to me. You really did target Rachel. You sure did target Rachel. But it's bad when you're targeted, though, right? But you can target whoever you want. Pfft, disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Oh, wait, wrong button. My bad.
Thankfully, the evidence is very clear. I wasn't again speaking to Courtney at the time, I just wanted to make sure we did so in the correct way. Yet sadly, things never came together. That happens sometimes. I'm sure we've all meant to do something at one point or another, even something important, only for life to get in the way. Things don't always work out the way you'd like them to. And yet, in spite of sending Courtney screenshots of this very conversation, they still kept their post up, asserting that I quote-unquote avoided them, attaching infanticide that was demonstrably not there, while simultaneously ignoring—
Because she felt like you avoided her. People are allowed to have feelings. People are allowed to look at things differently than you, Ethel. Jesus Christ!
Brit's own role in failing to follow up. That's a known lie, and once again, it is a lie made all the worse in that they've shown us that they can fix things, meaning they chose not to. At that point, they made the active choice to mislead the wider Xylie Orchard critical community, their fellow victims. Speaking of, this entire conversation was completely omitted by Courtney in their video, which brings us back around to them asserting the following.
The only reason Ethel reached out was to clear her name regarding my mix-up and insist that she didn't call it Lily Drama. After all this time of me trying to get into contact, this snake reaches out only when I embarrass her under her own video of clownery, and only to clear her name. Did she have anything to say about my sister? No. Anything to say about my story? No. Anything about her lack of contact? Not until I brought it up.
This is not an accident. This is Courtney choosing to lie to the Xylie Orchard critical community in full knowledge that this is a lie. This is their standard of engagement. This is what they feel comfortable doing, clearly believing that they'll get away with it. That, to me, speaks to a fundamentally dishonest approach with regards to what they tell people.
Hold on. Hold on. Welcome. Okay, I told you next you were welcome to the Xylie Orchard. All right, blah, blah, blah. That's about the Discord. So we published the victim testimony. So you're talking about the video with Lily. I would never degrade your trauma and the trauma of Glade McKenzie or the other Lily victims. Okay, but you didn't get into the story. Oh, this is interesting. Wait a minute. I detest how trivializing the term is. I also only found out that Scove was friends with Oates when she came out of nowhere to defend her. Oh, you are such a sly bitch.
After all this time of me trying to get into contact, this snake reaches out only when I embarrass her under her own video of clownery, and
Yeah, so she messaged you after you put that underneath her video.
only to clear her name. Did she have anything to say about my sister? No. Anything to say about my story? No. Anything about her
No, the only thing she said about your story was basically like, I'm sorry that happened to you.
lack of contact. Not until I brought it up.
This is not an accident. This is Courtney choosing to lie to the Lily Orchard critical community in full knowledge that this is a lie. This is their standard of engagement. This is what they feel comfortable doing, clearly believing that they'll get away with it. That, to me, speaks to a fundamentally dishonest approach with regards to what they tell people in relation to what they know, including their fellow victims. One last point I'd like to address regarding this post, since it's not in the video, is Courtney's complaint that I felt strong enough to call out Angelina Skov, yet not strong enough to cover their story, as if the personal psychological burden of covering plagiarism is anywhere near that of child rape. I find this argument incredibly ironic, considering how Skov accused me of conflating plagiarism and child rape when I never did.
Yes, you did! Yes, the fuck you did! Why did we have to hear about what happened to you as a child? Why did we have to hear about your broken fucking foot? Why did we, although I do appreciate you doing this part, why did we have to hear about your partner having issues at the job, which actually explained why you wanted 30% of everything? Yes, you did! Yes, you did! Oh my God! Bro!
Yet that is exactly what Courtney is doing when they complain about me having the mental fortitude to tackle the former, yet not the latter. To make matters worse, I cover this exact point in my video about Skov's plagiarism, only I discuss genocide instead of child rape. I get that I might not seem the most impacted in this video, I'm probably cracking a few more jokes than usual, but that's not because it isn't bad, it's because I'm used to tackling people who want me dead because I'm trans. So this...
You're always the fucking victim, aren't you? You are always the fucking victim. Holy shit!
But that's not because it isn't bad, it's because I'm used to tackling people who want me dead because I'm trans. So this is still an improvement, but better than genocide isn't what I consider high praise. I also mentioned that I'd just taken a 2-month break to recover from the previous video due to how personally traumatic it was. So yeah.
Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. There is no way you were... I'm telling you now. If you were traumatized over some goddamn screenshots, you should get off YouTube. You should absolutely get off YouTube. Like, you shouldn't be on this platform. You really shouldn't. If that traumatized you, you should not be on this platform. You should deplatform yourself. Like, you should go, you know, this is way too traumatizing for me. I can't really handle this. I need to go. That's what you need to do. Bro.
Yeah, I felt like I could tackle some plagiarism. All of that gets ignored because context be damned. If it doesn't make me look like an evil monster, it can be ignored, or better yet.
What? Because a bunch of people made videos about your video on Vangelina and called you out on your bullshit? Because people from different communities came together and go, hey guys, Essence of Thought is being an asshole towards Vangelina Skov. I mean, there were people who made videos on this that we're all not in the same community. It literally crossed over to different communities covering the bullshit that you tried to pin on Vangelina. Literally. That's how stupid of a fucking move you made.
Lied about. The last blatant lie I want to tackle before we get into some of the fuzzier stuff is one that both Britt and Courtney have made, and that's this idea that we did our Lily Orchard series for the money, that I'm a quote-unquote grifter who is using quote abuse survivors for money and...
Okay, I have to admit, I don't care about this part. I do not care about this part. Because she uploads it on YouTube. I don't care if she gave the money away or if she kept it for herself. I do not care. We put stuff on YouTube to get monetized, to make money off of. I honestly do not care if she made money off those videos. I really don't. I don't care. I mean, I can see using that against somebody as like a little dig, but nah. I don't care. I'm going to be honest. Yeah, she's having a fit because Courtney criticized her and she can't handle it. True.
Quote, as Brit put it in a post, or as Courtney put in their video,
I told you in the DMs, and I will tell you now.
It was the coming after Sco's money that we were pissed at. Yeah, me too. I was pissed off at that too. Absolutely, Courtney. 100%. I agree with that statement.
Actions speak louder than words, and yours, or lack thereof, have been deafening. I am the captain now. Your time white knighting for victims of my sister for cash money is over. Get your greedy, money-hungry snake ass back in the swamp where you belong.
first of all money made from our testimony videos and the videos covering specific victims, such as Ink Rose, was publicly donated to the Strong Hearts Native Helpline. We didn't take a single penny of it.
When was that donated? Do we have a date here? Do we have a date? I don't have a date. Where's the date? I want the date. What date did you send this money to them? Listen, Ethel, for somebody who got pissed off over screenshots, you're really bad at screenshots, all right? When you take a screenshot, now sometimes there are exceptions, okay? I understand that, because sometimes I've had to use screenshots where I couldn't have a date. But when you take screenshots of anything, people like to see dates. So we know when you did such thing, you know? I do not see a date anywhere on here at all. Where's the date? When did you do this? Did you, because I can look at this right now. Hold on, do you go further with it? Okay, I can look at this right now and go, well, did you just do that? That way you can say that you did that? Or did you do it back then? When did you do this, Ethel? When did this come about? When did this happen? I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there.
Such as Ink Rose, was publicly donated to the Strong Hearts Native Helpline. We didn't take a single penny of it for ourselves. We only monetized the testimony videos to give YouTube a reason to promote them, to increase their reach, to warn as many people as possible. What's really shocking about Courtney's admission of this fact is that the most recent video showing the donation for the previous year's earnings was published on the 23rd of March. Courtney's video increase their reach to warn as many people as possible. What's really shocking about Courtney's admission of this fact is that the most recent video showing the donation for the previous year's earnings was published on the 23rd of March.
Okay, so she put it out there when she did it. Okay, well,
Courtney's video, meanwhile, went out on the 5th of April. So this wasn't buried and forgotten knowledge.
But let's talk about being greedy. Again, you asked 30% of Angelina's YouTube earnings for that video, 30% of her Patreon for that month, and 30% of her HelloFresh sponsorship.
They chose to omit said fact since it throws a monkey wrench in their spun narrative. I really didn't want to have to do an editor's patch here, but a source has just alerted me to the fact that someone has gone on to accuse me of pocketing the money, thanks in part to Courtney's lies. Here, I'll let the asshole speak for themselves.
According to Ethel, the money
No, you're an asshole. And this was corrected because she ended up uploading a video and correcting it. She did end up uploading a video and correcting it.
generated from the series outside of Patreon was supposed to go to charity, not put food into their clearly starving mouths.
If you appreciate what we do here on the channel, do know you can support us via Patreon. While this video is being monetized, this is solely to boost its
The date on the bottom left of the screenshot starts with 23. Where I didn't see where? Okay, what? She took this February 15th, 2023? Is that what you mean? Because I didn't notice that. I'm going to be honest. Okay. Still, get better screenshots.
The reason the AdSense
Shit.
for Glade and Mackenzie's testimony videos, as well
Thank
as the
you,
info
Vixen,
videos
I
were given
appreciate
away,
it.
yet the others weren't, is very simple. We don't feel comfortable profiteering off of the experiences of abuse survivors, a fact that was explained in detail in our first donation video way back in February of 2023.
But isn't just her writing PDF stuff instantly? I'm confused. I'm going to assume you will know way more, but I don't know what you're asking for, Shadow. Sorry.
Specifically in the chapter titled, Why Donate the Money? It really couldn't have been made any clearer. This doesn't apply to the videos regarding Stockholm and Doomsday Ascending.
Okay, you donated the money. We know that. Jesus Christ. And I still think you're a grifter. I sit here and say you're a grifter. You grift off your audience by trauma. You trauma bond with your audience. And that is a grift. Because they keep coming back and watching your videos in which you do make money off, I'm pretty sure, of some of your videos. Good God. Okay. I'm skipping. I don't care about
Starting
the money.
with why we didn't cover Lily's alt and porn accounts.
I know the information she had access to. I know what she cherry-picked over. I know what she left out. It speaks volumes that you didn't include the terror logs, EO3 accounts, or the reality of Stockholm.
First of all, Courtney doesn't know what information we had access to. I don't recognize any of the links they shared, save for the Xylie Orchard fan pack, which was sent to us by Onion, yet we didn't use it since it was given to us so late in production. See the previous video on that. It's possible we were sent some of the others, but if so, I can't recall them, so we certainly didn't use them. Yet, returning to the claim itself, as mentioned in the previous video, the only way for Courtney to be able to honestly claim to know what we had access to would be if Britt had sent them evidence demonstrating such. This is important to note, since that would be evidence both Britt and Courtney would still have access to, irrespective of whether or not Britt was still inside her conversations with myself and Levi. Yet neither individual has bothered to supply that evidence. Why is that? Does Courtney seem to be the sort of person who would hold back on such decisive evidence if they could use it to paint me as some evil monster? I think the answer to that is...
Yeah, I would have to see... To say that those screenshots, like Ethel didn't take those screenshots, I would have to see where someone gave her those screenshots either in Discord or DMs. I would have to see that. For me, but here's the thing. I don't give a fuck either way. I don't care. Because you can't own a screenshot, bro. You can't. What? And Ethel's already said in the last video she doesn't mind when people use her screenshots. But all of a sudden she had a problem with Angelina using them. Crazy. Crazy to think she had a problem with Rachel's friend using her screenshots. Get the fuck out of here. Good God. Hey, Minda.
is a loud and resounding fuck no. Therefore, it's entirely reasonable to conclude that they haven't supplied said evidence because Courtney never received it, they just decided to start lying about us without reason. As for Xylie Orchard's porn and alt accounts, such as Our Creative and...
Yeah, and you lie about... You know what? I'm going to go ahead and say it. You know what? I may get canceled for this one. I may get canceled for this one. This might be the end of Xylie Gets Real. Okay? So I just want to go ahead and preemptively let y'all know that I love you. I love the fact that you have supported me throughout the years. And yeah, okay. So now I'm going to make my statement. Okay? I question how much trauma you actually have. I'm not questioning what you said happened to you as a child. I would never. Okay? I am not that kind of a person. I am not questioning that. Let's make that very clear. But what happened to you in 2019 with Rachel and Rationality Rules? Trauma. What happened with Vangelina? Trauma. Vangelina, you were going through trauma with a broken foot and your partner having problems at the job. You have way too much trauma in your life for me to believe every single piece of it. I'm going to be honest. Besides what you tell me happened to you as a child, which is very awful and horrific, okay? When you say trauma that you're having, I check out. I'm going to be honest. I'm on that I don't give a fuck train. I do not care about your trauma. Besides the childhood one, obviously. Any trauma that you have talked about since 2019, I don't give a fuck about. I do not care. You know? So. It was nice knowing y'all. I'm pretty sure that the brigade is going to come and tear me down. But here's the great thing, Ethel. I don't have any sponsors that you can fuck with. And the one that I'm getting, you can't fuck with them. They love people like you, actually. So yeah, fuck off. I don't care. And don't try to call me transphobic, because yet again, that's not going to work either, because I refuse. You can kiss my ass, because I know I'm not. So, it was nice knowing you guys. They're going to take my channel now.
Tarakali, Courtney's right in that we never covered them, yet, as shown in the previous video, the reason we never covered them was because Brit asked for time to write
Mackenzie, it was so nice watching you, Xylie, broken heart. We're gonna have to hold a funeral for my channel, but we still got the broadcast, though. I'll go and stream on the... listen, I'll go stream on the... Listen, I built one to 10K. I can build another one to 10K. I'll go stream on broadcast every night. I don't give a shit. Zane, thank you for the 50. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Oh, my God, bro. I don't give a damn. I don't give a shit. You make me not give a shit. When you overuse the words like trauma, and everything is a trauma, and this is a trauma, and that's a trauma, it's like you're the fucking Oprah Winfrey of traumas. It makes me not give a fuck about your traumas. Jesus. Damn. I've been traumatized. Yes, matter of fact, I have trauma, Ethel. I have trauma. You cause me trauma. Literally. I'm over here losing my voice. I'm sick and having to hear your bullshit.
testimony. I told her that's fine. I'd work on other projects until she was done, only for her to never get back.
The toxic trauma train. True. We can make a fucking song out of it. Okay. Listen. Whoever's out there that can sing, I need you to get the musical version of the Toxic Gossip Train, and I need you to sing to that ukulele score, the Toxic Trauma Train. And if you do it, I will make it the intro to my live streams. I'm just saying, if you do it, and I like it, I have to like it, because if it ain't shit, I ain't gonna play it. But if you do it, and I like it, I will make it the intro of my song, The Toxic Trauma Train. Somebody needs to get on it. Just saying. Throwing it out there. Alright.
Back to me. Now, I didn't put this in the previous section, as it's possible that Brit simply didn't tell Courtney, making it misinformation rather than a known lie, but I felt it still wanted a rebuttal. Continuing from the previous clip, Courtney goes on to say the following about Stockholm and Canadian law.
The reality being that, agree with it or not, writing and publishing that to the internet is a crime in the province of Nova Scotia. Lily is guilty of creating and distributing child sexual exploitation material by writing that fic. It's not just a dark fic or a concerning story. It's a federal offense in the country she lives in. It takes one damn Google search to know that child sexual exploitation material, fictional or otherwise, is illegal in Nova Scotia, in all of Canada, written and pictureless included. Again, being in the same province as my sister, if I had the screenshots of her sexting a minor, I could go to the cops here. I could have something done here. Could potentially get her hard drive seized. Unlike Ethel, who lives where again? Not a single bus ride away from Lily, I'll tell you that much.
Thing is, I completely agree. It's not just a fanfic, a fact I explicitly state in our Stockholm video, because the content Lily puts out has a direct...
Then you didn't have to say anything about what she said. Okay, I don't care. Yet again, I do not care. Alright, what's this next section called? Protecting Lily Orchard's victims.
Laws are as flawed as the people who make them, and if you're treating said laws as an authority, you have no place in this conversation. As for why we didn't try to coordinate with Canadian police, there are a number of reasons. For a start, there's the legal and cultural difference, a fact Courtney themselves touched on in their video in how they boasted about being in the same province as Lily Orchard. I'm not. I'm a British person living in India. I don't know all the caveats to Canadian law. I don't even know if they have a two-tier system like the US.
Hey, guess what, Ethel? Google is a thing. Google is a thing. You're on the fucking internet. You should know that. You can Google said things. Or what you could have done was reach out to Courtney, have a fucking conversation with her, and you probably would have found out through a civil fucking conversation with Courtney. Oh my God. And then you could have Googled what Courtney told you about to back up what she was saying. It's fucking simple. A rational person, because you know how you like to point out to people being rational or not? A rational person would have fucking done that. Just saying. A rational person would have done that. Just throwing it out there. But I'm an irrational bitch. So...
Or it's more like our system in the UK, meaning it'd be held to traverse that, not to mention the inherent difficulties of coordinating between continents. Another reason is because the police are a part of rape and abuse culture. Contrary to what Saturday morning cartoons lead many to believe, the police are not your friends. They do not exist to serve and protect the people.
Okay, that's it. I'm done. I gotta get my vape. My vape is out, and I need my other one. Hold on. Jesus fucking Christ. Did she really go there? Did she really go there? What the? Dear God in heaven above. Shadow Council for $9.99. I adore you. My BP is through the roof. Much love to Courtney and others. As a child of abuse, my abuser is dead. I can't see them face justice. Ethel is denying this for others. F you, Ethel. I'm surprised they let you type that. Well, the F you. I'm surprised they let you type that in a super chat. Anyway, thank you for the $9.99. I appreciate it. Okay, let's hear that again. I got my vape because my other one died.
Difficulties of coordinating between continents. Another reason is because the police are a part of rape and abuse culture. Contrary to what Saturday morning cartoons lead many to believe, the police are not your friends. They do not exist to serve and protect the people, only the powerful, and that includes rapists and abusers.
Okay. I can't believe I'm saying this in 2024. Are there bad cops out there? Absolutely. There are bad cops out there. Now, do the cops have a thing where you don't snitch on one another? I think that's a bad thing because you have good cops that don't tell on the bad cops when they're doing things that are atrocious. Okay? That is bad. But not all police officers are bad. To think that is crazy. Now, the system can need a little twerking. I don't know how Canada is, but I know the system here in the United States, it needs a little work, all right, to put it lightly. It needs some work. But I'm not going to sit here and say that all cops are bad, because they're not. I actually know cops. I know active cops, and I know people who were cops and they ended up becoming mechanics right beside me. All right. And they were good people. Or are good people, excuse me. Not were, because they're still around. They are good people. I'm not going to sit here and... You know what you're doing right now, Ethel? Okay, hold on. Let me finish what she's saying. Hold on.
That's why, in places such as the US, as much as 40% of families containing police officers experience domestic violence, compared to just 10% of the general population. The silent bit here is that the other 60%, yeah, they're the ones covering for the 40%. All cops are bastards, and no, this problem doesn't magically vanish the moment you cross the border. Thing is, Courtney knows this. I know.
So are you saying... Now, you know how somebody's going to interpret this? Somebody's going to interpret this of, okay, so you're okay with making YouTube videos about it, but the cops shouldn't be involved? That law enforcement shouldn't be involved? That's how somebody's going to interpret what you just said. And you're pretty much saying it without saying it. You know, a thing that you don't like to do, something that you don't know how to do, it's called read between the lines. And that's practically what you're saying, that the cops shouldn't be involved. What, you think a fucking YouTube drama video is going to bring justice to anybody if crimes are actually committed? What the fuck is a YouTube video going to do? Don't you think that law enforcement should be involved? I think so. Leanne, I was thinking the same thing. Why does this scream Mama Max? I had a flashback from that time that I was up there with Mama Max. I literally did. When I heard Ethel first say that, the thing that went into my brain is when I was up there talking to Mama Max. I swear to God. I swear to God. Oh my God. Holy shit.
No, they know this because they said such in a post they made just before they published their video. Whilst responding to the hypothetical, "So why haven't you had Xylie Orchard charged?" Courtney replied with the following, quote, "Because the cops don't fucking pay attention until there's a dead body," end quote. So let's get this straight. When defending their lack of results, the police being a part of rape culture absolves them. Yet, when accusing us of not working alongside police, suddenly they're a noble and upstanding force that are just a single phone call away from seizing Xylie Orchard's hard drive.
Wait a minute. Now, did she say all that? She didn't say all that. She said, if you think the law is an authority, you have no place in this conversation. Well, she can kiss my ass. I don't care what she says. To the girl who was abused her whole childhood. Yeah, Courtney, I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. Courtney, Ethel is just space. She's just spacey. I don't know what else to fucking say about her. She's just, ugh.
Isn't it interesting how Courtney's perspective on the police changes from moment to moment, always depending on whatever gets them off the hook, and makes me look like a calloused monster? The reality is, not only would it be difficult to coordinate across continents, but the police almost certainly wouldn't care. As someone who has reported their own sexual predator to both US and UK police, with evidence, I know this fact intimately. This would therefore make such efforts a time sink, taking resources away from research, publishing, and background care for Xylie Orchard's victims. Just ask yourself the following question.
Okay, all right, question. Then what are you actually doing for the victims then? What are you actually doing for the victims if the police are not getting involved? What are you actually doing for the victims? What? What are you doing? What are you doing? Just saying. Wait. You're making money off those videos to give to a charity? Do those victims get a piece of that charity? I'm asking. So what are you doing for those victims if police aren't getting involved? Just asking.
Would you rather we wasted a chunk of time and effort trying to get the police to act, meaning we never got around to making, say, our Stockholm or Doomsday Ascending videos, warning people, or would you rather we did what we did and get as many videos out as possible? That was the position we were in, and we made the decision to concentrate on what we knew we could do. The benefit of this decision is that it would then allow anyone on the...
You know, that's why I love FPS Diesel. I love me some FPS Diesel. You know why? Because he takes this shit serious. You know how he did that Yandere Dev video? You know how he did that Yandere Dev video? And there was a victim in there. And then come to find out there were other... It's just a bunch of... It's a shit show, right? You know what Diesel did? Contacted the FBI. He contacted and reported FBI. That's what you're supposed to do. You know? That's why I respect Diesel. Because Diesel literally does things that he doesn't technically have to do. He technically doesn't have to contact, the FBI. But he knew that's what needed to be done. You know? No, Poos, I am not funding his latest venture. Luna Lizzie messaged me about that, and I was like, no, ma'am. No, I am not giving my, and I am sorry that I traumatized y'all by sending you to his chat. I got so many DMs going, Xylie, what did you send us to? Oh, man.
Ground, such as Courtney, to take things up with the police if they wanted to. The fact that Courtney has had no success tells me that we made the right call. Though again, this is not a blatant lie, but...
Yeah, I agree, Mater. If you're researching something and come across proof of crime, it should be reported to the police. It doesn't matter what your opinion of the police is. I agree. You know?
Rather a double standard, hence it didn't feel right to include it in the previous section, but I still wanted to point...
Nani, I don't blame you. Yeah, I made Diesel buy me dinner for that. I don't blame you, Nani. I do not blame you, girl. I don't blame you at all. Xylie, you abused us. We will be making a YouTube video about you. Mackenzie, stand in line. There's plenty of them out there. At least this time I can be charged with causing trauma to somebody. That one hasn't been used against me yet. So at least I will have a video out there that I caused trauma to somebody.
Pointed out. Of course, it wasn't just what Xylie Orchard had posted that could potentially bring her to justice. There are also her many victims and their testimonies. But before we address Courtney's grievances regarding access to said victims, I just need to share with you something Adita did as part of her work last year. Our story begins when Adita was hired to be part of a team tasked by an international organisation in collaboration with the Indian government to review and update training resources related to domestic violence. Adita's main job was to be an interviewer, someone trusted to lead a film crew
Why do we need to know all this?
across India, gathering testimonies that would be used to better design said training and source funding. Yet, before they were even in the field, Adita was making an impact. At a film training session attended by staff and volunteers,
I refuse. Kiss my ass. I don't care. All right, what are we going to?
being open with me that they didn't want to or couldn't go to the police for various reasons.
She also refused to get me into contact with the minor that Lily sexted. The minor she touted in her boring-ass video that she was in contact with. With screenshots of Lily sexting a minor, I can actually go to the cops and do something.
Again, the screenshots are Courtney's own invention. They know this, and they will be... Ethel, you are dumb. She's talking about getting the screenshot from the minor. She wanted to get a hold of the minor, and she knew you had a way to get a hold of the minor so she can get the screenshots from the minor. How fucking dense are you? Is your audience this fucking stupid? Are they this fucking stupid where they don't see what you're doing?
Ethel doesn't care. She cares more about a decision made over a year ago without the avenue of me, who lives in the same province and can actually go to the cops, with little involvement of the minor in question. Ethel doesn't care. She cares more about what she is able to do. Gatekeep a victim for clout and virtue signaling, as well as cutting that victim off from an avenue of justice.
She does do a lot of virtue signaling. Ethel does a hell of a lot of virtue signaling. Like, to the point where it was worse than what we did back in the day. Oh my God.
That they may want now. That victim should have the opportunity to make the decision themselves today with the new information available instead of what was supposedly said to you 2 years ago.
First things first, I don't recall touting that I had contact with Mackenzie. You know, the victim whose name Courtney can't even be bothered to learn/use. I mentioned I'd asked Mackenzie whether Luke would be okay with me covering Luke's testimony, which Luke enthusiastically said yes to, but that's just basic protocol. That's not touting, that's being transparent with how I came to ethically source the testimony, as opposed to, you know, just stealing it.
Nobody said you stole it, you idiot. It was said that it was handed to you. Handed to you does not mean... Why is it with every fucking Ethel video I have to fucking repeat myself? You know what I'm going to do from now on? Because I know there's going to be another dumbass video by Ethel. I'm just going to pre-watch it. I'm going to get a recorder. Okay? And I'm going to record my responses. That way I can just sit here and play it for you over and over and over again. Because I almost lose my fucking voice every fucking Ethel video yelling about the same shit over and over and over again. It's ridiculous. Holy shit. Oh my God, bro.
I mean, what kind of sick person would just steal someone's testimony? Thing is,
You shady bitch. You a shady bitch.
to,
What did you do?
know, just stealing it? I mean, what kind of sick person would just steal someone's testimony?
I can't wait to make my thumbnail on you. I cannot wait to make my thumbnail. Oh my God. You gave me the perfect idea for a thumbnail. I cannot wait. I will be making it as soon as this live stream is done. And y'all just come back and make sure to see it. It's going to piss her off. And I hope it does. I hope it does. Oh my God. She likes to do chat bubbles. I love to do chat bubbles too.
Thing is, said access to Mackenzie was via open messages on Twitter, meaning Courtney had the exact same access I did. Now, since then, Loop appears to have moved on, but the fact remains, Courtney could have reached out to Loop in the exact same way I did. After all, I linked Loop's original testimony in our videos, as always. The only thing that was holding Courtney back was himself. Though, honestly, from the way they're acting in this section, I'm kinda glad, and we'll get into further detail about why in a minute. As for Glade, Courtney would have been able to talk to him directly had Britt got back to me and they'd been added to the server. That said, Glade was explicitly clear from the moment that Britt mentioned Courtney was looking to work alongside police that he would not be able to be involved for his personal safety. Reasons I cannot share publicly, because doing so would constitute doxing. Yet, Courtney knows this. Not only am I certain that Britt told him at the time, but I gave Courtney screenshots of the conversation. But none of that seems to matter. Me standing with the safety of Lily Orchard's victims, not to forget their explicit wishes, is presented as me.
Okay, how about this? How about you just interview people and you don't have the victims in a Discord with you? All right? You interview them and you go out and find your own shit. If you need something every now and then, you get it for them. But don't have a relationship with the actual victims. You don't do that. Because now you have a situation where Ethel here is blaming them. That's why you don't do that. You don't do that. You interview them, that's it. You don't pull them into a Discord with you. Glade was okay going to the cops with me. Wow. Amazing, Courtney. And I bet you did a very, very simple thing and talked to Glade, didn't you? It's amazing what you can do when you actually talk to people. It's amazing. Like, holy shit. Wow. Wow. Nightmare said, didn't you just say the name of someone who said they didn't want to be named? Ethel, you dumbass. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. And I didn't point that out for that exact reason. I just let it keep going because I didn't know what was said. So.
Gatekeeping them for clout. And it's this disproportionate hostility towards being told no, this anger towards me for doing my best to protect Lily Orchard's victims, not to mention Courtney's complete and constant disregard for said victims as human beings with their own names, pronouns, and autonomy, that is one of the biggest red flags I have ever seen on YouTube. These are not the actions of someone looking to give Lily Orchard's victims a choice, these are the actions of someone looking to bully said victims into falling in line.
Okay, stop. Stop. How can you conflate what she said in those DMs that I have shown several times now to bullying the victims? Ethel, stop. Just stop. Ethel, you're a bully. You're a trauma dumping bully. You are one of the biggest bullies I have ever seen. I thought I dealt with a bully before on the internet. Honestly, I think you're the worst type. Because you like to throw in trauma so they can't say certain things to you, etc. You're horrible. You're a trauma dumping bully. Disgusting. It is absolutely disgusting.
Into doing what Courtney tells them to. This informs me that, just like the cameraman in Adita's story, Courtney has every intention of re-victimizing Lily Orchard's victims to take what they want, no matter the harm it causes said victims. Though the complaints
That was not implied in those DMs at all. What you're saying right now is not implied. And I understand you cover your ass in the beginning of your video saying that these are your beliefs based off what you see. And I think your belief system is very fucking twisted. It's very twisted. It's very trauma-inducing. It's very trauma victim-y-ishly. I mean, you are despicable. I don't know what else to say about you. You are despicable. You're gross. You are completely gross. You are a gross human being.
Continue. With Courtney lashing out at something I stated in our conversation, namely that our videos hadn't gone anywhere.
When I said that she could have gotten me the means to have Lily charged, she pushed back that she's protecting the victim. I pushed that she went after an additional avenue to get word out about my sister. She touted that her videos are still out there. Her videos. That are over a year old, impossible to sit through without a 5-hour energy and 3 lines of cocaine, and simply...
That was, let me tell you something. That line in that video of Courtney's was literally the line of the whole video.
Her videos. That are over a year old, impossible to sit through without a 5-hour energy and 3 lines of cocaine, and...
Impossible to sit through without a 5-hour energy and 3 lines of cocaine. If that ain't the damn truth, that right there, that line told more truth about Ethel than probably anything that I'm saying. Because going through her videos are very, very mind-numbing. I'm doing okay, Zero Core. Just unfortunately, I'm watching Essence of Thought. Indigo, I want it on a t-shirt. Bro. Courtney, Courtney, if you put that on a t-shirt, I will so buy one. I will buy one, Courtney. No, actually, put it on a sweatshirt. Because I've lost a lot of weight, so I get, like, cold really easy. Put it on a sweatshirt, and I'll buy the shit out of that. 5-hour energy and 3 lines of cocaine. Put it on a sweatshirt, and I'll buy it.
Simply not good enough.
To put this in context, I was responding to Courtney downplaying the importance of our work, and with it, both the testimonies and evidence contained within. When Courtney accused us of doing nothing, I simply stated that our videos were still out there, warning people, protecting them. That is something. In the absence of justice, awareness is the next.
I'll wear that shit with pride, on camera. Ha! I'll tell you what, I'm gonna buy a sweatshirt like that, and the next time I have to cover Ethel, I'll make sure to wear that fucking sweatshirt on camera. Just a little punch.
Next best thing. That's the principle the entire Me Too movement was built around. If the justice system serves rapists, as it does, we the people can at least make others aware of who is a predator so that people can avoid them. This wasn't an egotistical declaration presenting us as the final word, it was a simple statement of fact. People are still listening to the testimonies, looking at the evidence, and learning to avoid Xylie Orchard as a result.
Yes, and the police, if there is a case at all, with any of these cases, because I don't know, and I'm only saying this because I don't know the Xylie Orchard story, okay? But if there is a case, God, I feel like I'm talking to fucking Mama Max. If there is a case that could be brought to justice through the legal system with all of the victims and survivors or whatever, okay, then it needs to go to said police. It needs to go there. What? I'm not gonna lie, this reminds me of Onision a lot. Does it?
Just because we refuse to fall in line and do whatever Courtney demands, doesn't negate that fact. The same goes for the age of the videos. Nowhere does Courtney explain why the videos being over a year old in any way devalues their contents. This is just thrown out there as if it's some sort of gotcha, when I'd argue all they've really done is devalue the victim testimonies as a means of attacking
Okay, that
me.
was weird.
In the absence of an explanation, the only reason anyone would take issue with the videos being over a year old is because people like Courtney complain about them being over a year old, making this a form of circular reasoning. I, on the other hand, hold that the video's value remains constant until and unless it's proven to be incorrect.
Word salad. Word salad. Alright, you got anything on her video? Okay, wait, you're showing something here. Alright.
How much Courtney attacks our videos, not on their factual merit or supposed lack thereof, but for delivery and presentation. Starting with the delivery, Courtney claims that...
Yeah, that ad block jump scare was something, wasn't it?
I don't watch her content. It's boring and her dictation could rival the most ancient of Harvard professors.
I speak the way I do in equal parts because of how my autism presents itself and because my mum, my primary caregiver growing up, is a non-native English speaker. So when Courtney singles this out and mocks me for it, they are effectively resorting to a cocktail of ableism and xenophobia as part of a personal attack.
You know what? Fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck off with all that.
And presentation. Starting with the delivery, Courtney claims that
I don't watch her content. It's boring and her dictation could rival the most ancient of Harvard professors.
I speak the way I do in equal parts because of how my autism presents itself and because my mum, my primary caregiver growing up, is a non-native English speaker. So when Courtney singles this out and mocks me for it, they are effectively resorting to a cocktail of ableism and xenophobia as part of a personal...
Shut the fuck up. I do not care. You are very hard to listen to. I have to put it on 1.75 speed for you even to sound normal. And the way you attack people about your trauma and they're being trans misogynist or transmisia or transphobic. Shut the fuck up. The way you label people and you dare somebody taking a little swipe at you have a fucking fit about it? Fuck off.
attack. This is just straight up bigotry being presented as righteous fury. To be clear, this does not mean you have to like the way I speak. You can absolutely find it grating or boring, but a reasonable non-bigoted person would just shrug and move on to one of the other people who has covered the same topic.
No, I have to cover you because you did something despicable. And you're still going on about it.
Indeed, that seems to be the way most people reacted, with not a single video in our series having an approval rating below 95%. Of course, Courtney can't...
An approval rating doesn't mean shit. Do you know how many people don't click those buttons? And honestly, you have a baseline audience, okay? I don't know how the fuck they do it. God bless them for being able to sit through it. And if they sit through it at normal speed, God bless them even more, because I don't know what's going on with them. But just because you don't have a lot of dislikes, it doesn't mean people don't dislike your content. So...
can't do that because they have rejected reason as part of a desperate bid to present everything about me, including the way I speak, as some sort of moral transgression. They act as if finding my pattern of speech boring somehow validates their hostility towards me, possibly because they realize they have no...
No, it's an extra added bonus, okay? Your pattern of speaking is has nothing to do with your trauma dumping ass, but your pattern of speaking is the extra added bonus of what I don't like about you. How about that? Does that sound better?
Actual reason for the way they feel. But it gets even worse when we consider their criticism of the videos themselves as being boring, with Courtney going as far as to explicitly target the victim testimony videos as...
Do you know one thing about Ethel? It's always me, 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 me. It's always that with Ethel.
seen here.
She also refused to get me into contact with the minor that Lily sexted. The minor she touted in her boring-ass video that she was in contact with.
Again, I stress the fact that it is Courtney themselves who has gone on record explicitly degrading our victim testimony videos as quote-unquote...
They are boring. Your videos are boring. I haven't watched your Lily Orchard videos, but I'm pretty sure you didn't snazz it up in those videos. But from the videos that I've been watching of yours from 2019 and on, your videos are boring. They're very, very boring. And Levi is not much better.
Quote, boring. What Courtney is effectively attacking me for here is refusing to make testimony videos which share the horrific ways Lily Orchard groomed and then violated her audience, exciting for the viewer. It's here that Courtney has revealed their hand, how they perceive Lily Orchard's other victims. Courtney doesn't view them as people harmed by their sister's actions, human beings who deserve to be heard in a respectful manner, but as sources of entertainment, toys for them to play around with and break.
At least she wants to go to the cops. You won't. At least she wants to do something about it. You just make videos. So you tell me who's more proactive. This is gross. This is absolutely gross. Oh my God.
Courtney doesn't want testimonies. They want trauma porn, just like the cameraman and his crew. The only difference is, unlike the cameraman, the room isn't standing up to Courtney, calling out the harm they are doing. And I do mean harm. For whilst Courtney seems to think that deliberately spreading crap about our videos, including our testimony videos, is all fun and games,
Ethel did some basic coverage of my sister a year or two ago. Well, basic is being generous. She did some shitty coverage of my sister to involve herself and make herself a victim to cry and whine. Am I being facetious? Yes. Do I care? No, not really.
She just said, I'm being facetious. Are you dumb, Ethel? Are you? Are you dumb? Jesus Christ.
Really? Not at all.
I don't. I think the demonstrable lies they're spreading about us and our series will cause real harm to the people who haven't trusted us with their testimonies, not to mention dampen the power of the videos to raise awareness.
I'm gonna be honest, I think those people who trusted you, didn't realize who they were trusting. I'm gonna be for real. I think the people that trusted you didn't realize who they were trusting. I think they made a mistake in trusting you. And I bet you presented yourself one way and it was really the other.
Awareness. That is, in fact, the main reason we're doing this. Because whilst I've been sitting on the fence about whether I should just put up with Courtney's bullshit, that wouldn't address the harm Courtney is doing to Lily Orchard's victims in the process. If not for me,
What harm is she doing? She's trying to go to the cops. She's trying to go to the cops. She's trying to do what's supposed to have been done. What? Yeah, Mama Max all over again. Yeah, Songbird, I agree.
still owe it to them and the wider Lily Orchard critical community to expose Courtney for what they are. A depraved liar on a power trip. For as much as I've been chastised for apparently
Actually, did you look in the mirror when you just said that?
Orchard's victims in the process. If not for me, I still owe it to them and the wider Lily Orchard critical community to expose Courtney for what they are. A depraved liar on a power trip.
Did you look in the mirror when you said that? Because that is you. That is you to a T. You are a depraved liar on a power trip. That's you, Ethel.
The wider Lily Orchard critical community to expose Courtney for what they are. A depraved liar on a power trip. For as much as I've been chastised for apparently making it harder for creators to cover Lily Orchard by calling out clear and blatant plagiarism, I'd argue the real danger
It wasn't plagiarism, shut up.
here is Courtney's gross negligence and rampant disregard for the rest of Lily Orchard's victims. How Courtney's clear desire to bully others into doing what they want at the cost of said victims' autonomy.
Okay, I'm done. I can't with her anymore. What is this one? Discussing Courtney Orchard's toxic behavior. Oh, dear God. Okay. All right, we can do this. We can do this. All right.
Though it's not just the way Courtney treats Lily Orchard's victims and display their toxic nature, it's also the way they treat me, all the things they say between the lies.
No one cares about you, Ethel.
Starting of course with this section regarding my abuser, Rachel Oates.
Ethel dropped off the face of the earth in terms of
Rachel Oates did not abuse you. Stop it. Just stop. Oh God. Oh my God.
covering my sister a year ago. She got her coin and moved on to her beef with Rachel Oates. What is her beef with Rachel Oates? Not a goddamn clue, and I don't care in the slightest. All I know is overkill tends to imply the feelings are personal, and the way she beats that dead horse within an unrecognizable inch of its bone structure tells me that beef is personal. I don't care about algorithm bullshit and milking content for views. I care about the fact that my sister's preying on people and children. You know, like you claim to care about, Ethel?
Again, I began working on other projects to give Brit time to write their testimony. They never got back to me, and I had nothing else to really say, save for one video, which I'll mention towards the end. But stepping back to look at the bigger picture, what's being said here, Courtney is effectively declaring that the Lily Orchard critical community owns me in perpetuity, that I never get to decide that I've covered everything I feel is worth covering, or even that I need to withdraw for my own health and safety. That's not allowed, at least according to Courtney. Like,
She didn't say any of that at all. You are literally pulling words out of thin air. Holy shit.
Courtney does realize that slavery is wrong, yes?
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. What? What?
That just because I made 7 videos exposing their sister as a sexual predator does not mean I am now their property and can be ordered to create the video.
You did less videos. Okay, wait a minute. Let's break this down real quick. You did less videos on Lily Orchard than you did Rachel Oates. Make that make sense. You made less videos on Lily Orchard a person who has done horrendous shit, like literally horrendous shit, than you did Rachel Oates, who was just sticking up for her friend that her friend wasn't transphobic. What? Stop and think about that for a second. Just stop and think about that for a second. It's crazy.
As they want for all eternity. Surely they have to realize that. Yet focusing down on these specifics, their claim to not know or care about my issues with Rachel Oates, my quote-unquote beef, as Courtney puts it. This, again, reveals just how toxic they are as a person. Rachel Oates abused me. She and her friends, who were working to normalize scientific trans misogyny, specifically the belief that trans women were violent brutes invading women's sports to harm cis women and should thus be stripped of numerous human rights, spent months targeting me and the trans community for daring to defend ourselves.
You're a fucking liar! Oh my god. What? What? Dear Lord in heaven above. Oh my God.
Down on these specifics, their claim.
Oh no, we're gonna have to go slower with this one. Hold on. I hate to do it. No, I can't go normal. 1, 2, 5. All right, here we go.
To not know or care about my issues with Rachel Oates, my quote-unquote beef, as Courtney puts it. This, again, reveals just how toxic they are as a person. Rachel Oates abused me.
How? I can't believe I have to ask this question. How did Rachel Oates abuse you? I have found no evidence. Now, I will say, did Rachel Oates handle the situation with Ethel the best way possible? No, she didn't. She even says that. Okay? But how did Rachel Oates abuse you? I'm at 1.25, Rita.
She and her friends, who were working to normalize scientific trans misogyny, specifically the belief that trans women were violent brutes invading women's sports to harm cis women.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. That's not what they said at all. Stop. Because I watched the videos. I watched the videos. Stop your shit right now. You're a lying sack of shit. You are a lying sack of shit. You should be ashamed of yourself.
And should thus be stripped of numerous human rights, spent months targeting me and the trans community for daring to defend ourselves. Then, one day, after I'd had Oates blocked for 3 months, she ordered her 100,000 subscribers to circumvent that block.
This right here is where Rachel Oates made a mistake. She did make a mistake with this. But I think she seriously just wanted it to stop. And she was getting to the point where it wouldn't stop. And she was being desperate. Okay, I'm going back to 1.75 because I can't do it at 1. No. Okay.
To explicitly provoke a response. When I responded, she darvoed me, flipping the abuser-victim dynamic, framing herself as the poor cis woman being attacked by the angry...
Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Oh, she's acting like the poor cis woman? You act like the poor trans woman. Everything's transphobic towards you. Everything's transmisia. Everything's trans misogyny. Poor me, poor me, poor me. I'm abused. I had a broken foot. My partner is having problems at work. I was stressed out. I was abused by Rachel Oates. I have trauma from 2019. And you dare sit there and say that about her? Are you kidding me? Yeah, trips over bug, transphobe. The bug was transphobic. 100%. You have a victim complex. You want to be a victim. You literally are a professional victim. You get paid to be a victim. And that's sick.
Trans femme, in spite of all evidence showing things were the other way around, that I was the one raising barriers she was tearing down. The hate she and her friends directed at me, the same friends who had spent half a year whipping their audiences into an anti-trans frenzy, did some
Stop it. Stop it. You are
psychological
such a...
harm that I am now medicated as a direct result of what Oates did to me.
Okay, you know what? I had enough of this video. I can't. Not after what I saw and what I have been through looking at these videos. I cannot even. I can't. And I'm not going to. I'm not going to. She kissed my ass. I'm not doing it. Yeah, rotten. Oh my God. Absolutely disgusting. Absolutely fucking disgusting. Anything else? I hope to God this is the last video from Ethel because I am just so sick of covering her. You missed her say I'd rather be... Oh God. Ugh. I'm not... Yeah. That's probably a good thing. Because I probably would break something by then. Yes, we need the baby Pumpkin. I don't know what Pumpkin is doing. She is nowhere near me. Pumpkin's probably laying down with her dad. Oh, okay. I see you, Sephiroth. I see what you're trying to say. My cat's watching your stream. That's awesome. All right. Well, we've been live for 3 hours now. 3 hours of Ethel. It was Ethel tent tonight. Oh my God. I appreciate everybody coming out. I appreciate the donations, the memberships, my lurkers. You know I love my lurkers. I love my lurkers. I appreciate all the support. And you know what? Yes, the abuse is over. I am no longer traumatizing y'all. Okay? Y'all have been traumatized for 3 hours, almost 3 hours exactly. And the trauma is now over, and you can go and get traumatized by somebody else. So, I'm getting out of here. Y'all have a great night. And don't be like Ethel. Keep that shit real. Peace out.
Be cruising in my lane fast, call it high speed. I've been working hard, yeah, I've been working nightly. If you think you'll win, ha, not fucking likely. I be taking shots, yeah, cold-blooded, icy. Watching numbers grow is what I call sightseeing. In the front row, run it up when they hype me. The following grows, they know how to ignite me. Call me CEO, I've been running shit right, see. And I ain't playing games, I create my own lane, making pleasure out of pain, turning losses into gains. I'm the boss, I'm making change. I've been rocking this exchange, popping off and risking things. Gonna make a fucking name. I just wanna be famous, but I don't want that cheap fame. No, I'm not that vain. I just wanna be greatness. 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 Ain't no motherfucker in this world can do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you go and hate this, you can fucking bite me. Okay, I'm going off every chance I get. I don't really take a loss, well, I'll admit. That's why I'll make it to the top, yeah, I commit. And no, I'm never getting lost, I get after it. Investing in my own stock, cause it's faster than any crypto hits go, let me spend. Everything that you see is something I invent. and it's only a percent. I'm gonna take shots, if I miss all, forget it. I'll take a fat loss just to learn all that's in it. I'm taking snapshots, learning how to fall and get it. I'm getting back up, always stand tall, don't sweat it. I never back up, I don't miss a thing or regret it. I'm always learning, you could call me academic. I'm always working, never been apathetic. Bad energy is like a poison, needs a antiseptic.